What's up? What's up? So, okay, let's see who's in here, if anybody's in here yet, actually. But I do see a couple comments, so we'll say what's up to Chad.
Sorry.
We got
I had to turn it off. Sorry, it was my bad.
it's cool. We got Dustin in here. All right, the numbers. We got some people in here. What's up, Usher? I got new Wi-Fi. It seems like my Wi-Fi is still a little bit tweaked. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the heat down here because it's just a little bit crazy. But anyway, it's good to be back, guys. It's been a couple weeks, so we got Uncle Doobie here tonight. We got Farmer Freeman coming in next, which should be pretty cool. And then we have Jake going to end the night 808. So say what's up to everybody. Skunk Gabe, Minneapolis in the building. Let's go. What up, David? Dave? Oh, you got Dave on here. Buck Nasty. We got Fred Flintstones. Durbin Brown. So shout out to everybody. What Cloud Kicker. Danny Dreams. Oh, we got me turning the house. Let's go. This guy just came down and had dinner with me last weekend. So
Nice.
yeah. But what's up? What's up, Saginaw? What's up, Chad? What's up, 419 Groves? All right, cool. So let's get into it. What's been new? We'll start there.
Man, always going into new stuff. I'm just taking things down now, so I'm excited about a bunch of the new stuff that I'm getting into right there. One of these was something that I hadn't run out from before, but I'd popped it a while back. It was actually something from just a germ test. It was one of the ones that I didn't release from the Sour BX 4.5 crosses, using the mail from that. And so it was the Albany by the Sour BX 4.5. So I released with Aficionado, we released a bunch of them. And this is another one that was made, but wasn't really released. And so, I don't know, that one popped out at me initially because it just had a bunch of vigor, and then after a little while it started having a bunch of variegation on a bunch of the leaves. And I don't know if you saw it, Chad, but this was one that did like a 13 pointer in variegation right down the middle of one of the petals.
Okay. Yeah, I did not see that. No.
All right, I've got a picture of it. I'm hoping that this isn't going to close me out of this as I do this. If I try to bring it up at the same time, it's still running. I'm hoping. Here we go. Let's see if I can find it. Like, if I can send it to you, maybe you can even make it pop up.
Yeah, if you email it to me, I can put it up on the screen.
Can I text it to you?
It's not going to come through in a yeah, I don't think I could put it. I could put it up in an email for sure. That I know I can do that.
All right. But yeah, it was an incredible thing. It's like seeing the face of Jesus burned into your toast, right?
Right.
The thing, and it was like, what the hell?
So it was a lightning bolt.
Yeah, it's got 7 points on one side and 6 on the other, just like
the Grateful. Yeah, like yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like
I don't know if it's not the exact shape of the lightning bolt, right? But it's as much of a sign as there's ever been, and the plant is amazing. In a 4x8 bed, one plant of it was supposed to be like a quarter of the bed, but it took up more than a quarter. Really threw down.
6'7", he says, let's go. Hey, I just want to make sure I heard someone say there's an echo. You guys, I try to adjust the mic a little bit. So let me know if we're good. If there's any audio problems or anything like that, let us know. But I did adjust the mic a little bit. So hopefully that fixed it. Sounds good. Better now?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. What up, South Florida? What up? What up, though? You still there?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm just getting frustrated trying to find this picture that I know exists. I reposted it a little while ago too.
Oh, you posted on. I might be able to pull up the Instagram. Let me see. I might be able to do that.
It's not in my feed there. It was in my stories again.
Oh, okay.
But I need to.
Let's go, South Florida, baby. We here. Yeah, technology and us, you know, we're old, so it's whatever.
I'm gonna look again.
No. So okay, so he said who's on right now. So while Uncle Doobie, this is Uncle Doobie right here. I'm gonna let him introduce himself just to make sure everybody knows who he is. And I will say this because you brought him up. Stone City passed, so rest in peace to Stone City. Yeah, it's been a little while now, Fred Flintstone. But this is Uncle Doobie that we have him with us right now. Oh, okay. You sent it to me. Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Here, I could actually send this to myself.
All right, cool. You're gonna do it faster than I am.
Yeah, I could send this to myself and we could throw it up on the screen.
Awesome.
Hold on one sec. All right, we should be able to get this up on the screen. What up, Dustin? But yeah, introduce yourself for anybody that doesn't know who you are. You know, I'm sure there's people in here that might not or haven't seen you on with me before, so we'll at least let you introduce yourself. A little background if you want.
I'm just a dude who likes dank herb, like the rest of you guys. I've made some seeds. The work that I guess is hogged up more of the shine from what I'm doing is the back cross work from the sour, which is a lot of what I do, right? So while I do the back cross thing, then I put in other things in there that aren't the target mom that also get hit. And then, but a lot of the time, that stuff is almost a little more interesting to me. We're still trying to zero in on getting phenotypic homogeny in a line, you know, and doing it again and again and again and again. And that's what you have to do to lock things in. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of the same as what a lot of people do, but I have some really good starting material, you know.
Here, I'm trying to see if this is going to let me do this. Hold on. Let me see if this lets me do it. I'm not sure it's going to let me show just that, but can you see that on the screen now?
I can't see it. It's just black for me.
All right, let me see. Oh, yeah, you guys can't really see it, huh? All right. I'll try to figure out a way to get it up there. It's just the way that it's coming through. But let's talk, you know, the sour. If you guys are in like the tri-state area, like New York, Philly, you know, New Jersey, anywhere in the Northeast, really, and you guys have gone to any events, you guys have probably heard of Uncle Doobie, his sour. He's done some work with, you know, him and Leo have been doing a lot of collabs or, you know, releasing stuff through Aficionado. So pretty sure you guys would know Uncle Doobie through that. Yeah, you're good, Fred Flintstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could pull this up, man. It's just not letting. So if you guys have any questions about like sours, you know, chem, old school genetics, I would say here's a really good time and a really good person to ask. So I think that where are you at with your sour now? You're on at the 5.5 yet, or
Yeah, the 5.5s are, they've been released and sold out. The next one is going to be the 6.5, and we're going to break 99% now. We're already at 98.82812.5%. And I was trying to make 6.5s before, but my male that I'd selected was basically sterile. It was making, arthropods, plenty and plenty of arthropods, great stacking, but no pollen was coming out of them. So, this happens from time to time, but I stupidly didn't have a redundant male. I'd kept one at first, and then I was like, oh no, this thing's throwing down. This is great. And it wasn't, and I shouldn't have got it. Because if I have more than one male, then you're going to have more variation in there, and I don't want the variation. I want the traits locked in exactly the way that I want. And yeah, so I prefer to use one, but learning my lesson from that, I already knew better than to not have a redundant one right there anyway. But another attempt at the 6.5s is happening now,
okay.
and we'll break 99.4% there on that one.
And 99.4% as in pure sour.
Yeah, so
Well,
first it was
basically.
Chem Fuego, which itself is 25% sour. And that was
Okay.
from Skunk VA, right? And then I took
Right.
that and I put that onto the Hunter Mountain sour diesel. I called that the Fire on the Mountain. And then and that was only 0.625% sour, right? And then that back onto the A cut of sour. And the A cut is the best thing that I have. Still the best thing I smoked. Smoked a lot of fancy stuff. Not the A cut shits on everything. And that was a cut of sour that we call it the A because when my buddy got it from his dad, there was a letter A on the solo cup, but he said there is no A. Forget the A when he asked his dad what it stands for. So there's only one sour, and this is it, and that's that sour. Sharper gas. It's a little less sweet than the Hunter Mountain, the AJ, the Wing Wang, whatever you want to call it. That's a little sweeter. It's
Okay.
not rubbery like that ECSD crap. It's mouth coating, piercing gasoline, nose stinging. Yeah. Anyway, so the A hit by
No,
the Fire
I
on the
like
Mountain was the
that.
BX 1.5. And at
Yeah,
that
the
point, we were like,
description's good. I feel like this is the time where people that are in here that might not have seen our lives before and are looking for sour. I feel like this is the perfect conversation, as always, when we're talking about sour with you. So, but continue.
yeah, so at that point we're like that's at like 81.25% sour. And then that hit onto a male from that Sour BX 1.5, which was released with Aficionado. I think you might still have some on the site.
Yeah.
Then that back onto the A again was the Sour BX 2.5, which was 90.625%. And then the Sour BX 2.5 back onto the A again was the Sour BX 3.5, which was 95.3125% sour. And then that onto the A cut again was the Sour BX 4.5, which was 97.65625% sour. And then that onto the A cut again was the Sour BX 5.5, which was 98.828125% sour. And then now we've got a male from that, and actually, I have three males from that because, like I said, I learned my lesson.
Right.
But I'm only
Yeah.
going to use one once it's dropping. All right, I'm yanking the other ones out of there, and we're in very early stages of bloom right now with that. But the so when we used the Sour BX 4.5 male, we released a 707 headband cross to that, the diesel band. We released the A cut cross to it, which was the Sour BX 5.5. We released the Hunter Mountain Sour Diesel cross to that, which was the Sour BX, it was the Hunter Mountain Reserve. Sorry. And then, no, it was the Hunter Mountain Reserve, was what we called that one. And then the Springfield Sour, the Old Man, we hit that with it. And then that was, I think Leo just called it Springfield Sour. But it's a cut of Sour Diesel from Springfield, Mass.
Massachusetts, yeah.
That was hit by that too. So yeah, I don't know though. What we didn't release the shit that killed Elvis. Hit by that. We didn't release the Pure Kush by the Sour BX 4.5. We didn't release the Not So Dog or the what was the other cut? The Albany cut there. And the Albany one was the one that has that variegation on it that I mentioned, and
Okay.
that has performed so beautifully now.
So very
That one's
like
getting released. There's only like 20 packs of that, but that one's going to get released.
okay.
Yeah.
And then you guys just did something with what was the chem project that you did? That was,
So that was the Chem 91 by the 30-year dog, which was Chem 91 by Chem 91 by Chem Fuego.
okay.
So it's like
So
nearly a BX2 because the Chem 91, the Chem Fuego itself has a 91 BX3 in it. So it's not a pure 91 in there. It's a 91 BX3, which is like what, 93.75 or something percent. Let me, I actually would have to, was it 93.875? I would have to do the math. 75, then 87.5 for the 2, and then the 3 would be 93.75. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Sorry.
and that's on
Yeah.
that's from that's the
So,
lucky.
so
That's
that
the
only has that much in there in the first one. So it wouldn't be, we wouldn't get to a BX2, which would be 87.5. So it would be falling short of that, around like 85%. But that was in the Chem Squared, was the release that we did with Aficionado. And I still have a bunch of those still.
That was the one that's actually the one that I was thinking of, the Chem Square, because I think I saw Leo post about the Chem Squared or saw the packaging, which were, the packaging was very cool. So what else have you guys released in between? Like, what else have you released with Leo that, basically since maybe the Gaz GPT, which we should talk about because there are a few packs, I think there might be 5 or 6 packs actually, of the Gaz GPT on the site. So
Yeah.
we should definitely talk about that a little bit as well.
Yeah, give me 1 second to grab a sip of water here. So that Gas GPT, we talked about it last time I was on, but
yeah,
I'll say again, CNA stores hit like 7.38% fresh frozen to ice water hash with that, and now since then they broke that record and broke 8%.
8% on washing numbers, and that's on the Gaz GPT.
Yeah, fresh frozen to ice water hash. Yeah. And that's GMO by Chem 91 by Chem Fuego. So the same male that made the Chem Squared, the 30-year dog 91 by Chem Fuego, was hit onto the GMO for the Gas GPT. And then there's the Gas GPT hit by the Sour Animal, which was animal cookies, the 09 animal cookies, the Sear 415 cut. So that cut hit by the Sour BX 1.5, the A cut by Fire on the Mountain, is the Sour Animal. And the Sour Animal hitting the Gas GPT was the Sour GPT, which was another aficionado release that we did. That I really like that. I really, really like that. I like that one a lot more than the Gas GPT. I really like that.
That sounds like a really good one. Yeah. The 09 South.
Animal cookies is a good plant, man. As much as people who like sour like to hate on cookies, animal cookies is a good one.
Yeah, animal cookies is a good one. I know that I know somebody else that's going to come on. He does some animal cookies crosses too, and they do really well. So, and I know I got to get you together with him at some point. He's coming on later tonight, 8:08. I got to get you guys together in the same room, so maybe get you guys doing something in the future.
Awesome.
But so I have a question: are these sours easier to grow due to crossing, BXing, or shorter flower?
Yeah, so I think that sour is in general a shorter flowering thing. That Hunter Mountain one, like it was done for me this time at 61 days, which normally that one for me goes like 9.5 weeks. I will say the last 3 weeks of bloom, I added under canopy this time. That did also help. But there's other things that you can do. You lollipop hard, and then the plant doesn't split its energy with the suckers. The lowers. and the plants can send all of its energy to the top, and the tops finish out when you want them to, when the flavor's still proper. And I think that sour 8.5 weeks is not too long. You'll find in some of my things, I just don't select for the things that go longer. But in my seed lines, there's things that are gonna go 70 days, but there's also things in there that are gonna go like 58 to 60 days, and so you can find the ones that are done faster. I think that the finishing time from when you're flipping a clone is going to be how it's going to perform more than when you do it from a seed. You can't really tell the first time. You can tell you get a general feeling, but that first time you almost always want to overshoot the mark of when you should take it down, so that you're checking, you're smelling it every day, and then you're like, okay, we yesterday smelled a little bit better. All right, it's time to go. But you know what I mean. So
Yeah,
I go too long the first time.
right. You prefer to pick the sours earlier, right? That's
Yeah,
you
but
have.
when I grow the first time from seed, I'm trying to get to know the plants, and so I end up taking them past their prime the first time, and then I can like fine tune when exactly it is. But it doesn't always work, because sometimes when I'm growing it from seed, then it almost makes it take, if I veg the thing for too long from seed, it might have finished faster than it normally would. Or if I'm not, if it's not really root bound or whatever, totally filling out the bed or whatever when I'm sending it, something like that, then uh it might actually take longer from clone when I'm flipping it. But what the clones tend to perform the way that they're going to perform consistently. Once you're doing it from clone, it's like it's going to be that way. It's going to be pretty uniform. Um, I've noticed a lot of plants lately. Uh, some things with sours, they tend to have better bud structure when they're getting in a smaller container and getting root bound. Once they get root bound, Chad, I think you're on mute.
No, I wasn't saying. I was just listening. I was gonna. You could hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just looking at the comments. I wanted you to. I didn't want to interrupt you with what you were saying, because I think it's important for people to, hear that. And I'm gonna go to some. I see your guys' questions. So like,
Oh yeah,
Fred.
it was.
Yeah, I'll get to your guys' questions. Dr.
Yeah. So
Crispy Tongue.
yeah, Buck Nasty, I think you're gonna get shorter flowering things. The thing with I've disappeared here. I don't know why. The thing with sours is some of the other companies that have made things have, when they've outcrossed it initially, they've done it to things which haven't helped keep that flowering time down. It's
Right.
not something that takes too long, but if you leave lots of lowers on it, it will take a long time.
How did the underlighting do for your lowers? Out of curiosity, did you see like what was it? I don't know how else to say it, but is it worth it? That's the only way I can
Yeah,
really
it's
say
worth
it.
it. It
Okay.
is worth it.
Okay.
I'm sold on under canopies after using it
Okay.
for a third of one round.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I was curious because we had done a lot of talk in the beginning when they first started to really come out. So I haven't really talked to anybody that's followed through and run a couple cycles with them. So nice. All right, here we'll get to Uncle Doobie or Dark in the 2010s. There was a Chemdog cross called Sky Dog, Skywalker OG, and Chemdog is that around, but it was wrote and is super so around. And the reason I'm asking that is because I know that Leo has the Skywalker OG, so I'm not sure if you guys or Leo did anything maybe with the Chemdog and the Skywalker. But that's
Probably
his
things is
question.
smoking the gas GPT right now.
Okay.
And Pinhead, much love Pinhead. Pinhead did he's been doing some really cool stuff with a bunch of old hazes for
Okay.
and
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
listen, I love the haze. So for me, that's something I see a lot, it's funny. I see a lot of talk about the haze and I saw like Nug Notes did something and I respect whoever the person is in California that says he named it Cactus, but I beg to differ because I moved down to Florida in like '90 and that was one of the first things we got. They're trying to claim it wasn't dated till '91, '92, and I disagree with that 100%. And I do agree that the Super Silver Haze, at least down here, was a pheno, or the Cactus was a pheno of the Super Silver Haze. Totally different conversation I'm going to have with somebody else at one time, but I just sort of wanted to touch on the Super Silver Haze a little bit because, we have stories that go around, and everybody has their own story, and I feel like at least like...
I'm of the opinion that, because I know that I've also seen cat piss back ages ago too. I think that that could have been something that people put on to describe the flavor profile, the ammonia kind of. You know what I'm talking about. I think there could have been more than one thing doing that.
100%. That's why when I was I had to read the post because whenever I see, cat piss, I'm very interested because that's what we did down here. There's people in South Florida in here right now. I know they know exactly if they're old enough. They know in the early '90s we had the haze. It came from the Cuban. Like that's just the way that it was, and we all knew the story. And then it did get to New York after it came from us. From South Florida up to New York. Then it became Pip. But I sort of have to like voice my opinion or my knowledge a little bit when I see some things that I think aren't exactly true. And I feel like that's a little off base from what I read in that. But being said, yeah, I'm a huge fan. I think like the cat piss, like what we knew as one of the phenos, we would get a couple different phenos of the haze back then. One of them was the cat piss, then there was like an incensey one and a really metally one too. But that's what I did when I first moved down here. I was only 18 years old, so yeah, I love the hazes.
Yeah. I recently did the Band-Aid Haze 7 for the first time, and that plant is a pleasure to grow. Shout out to 80K Selections, 80K Grass for hooking me up with that. Thank you, bro. Yeah.
All right, so let's go. Let me go back for 1 second to the sour talk, and we can continue. We'll get further into the comments. Sure. We'll probably end up going back to the haze talk a little bit, but how well do you think it will perform outdoors? And I think this is when we were talking. You were still responding, I believe, to Buck Nasty, and this is still on the sour. So how well do you think sour will perform outdoors, especially with humidity?
So you're going to be able to select for ones that will perform, but I'm not going to say that they're all going to be a breeze with intense humidity swings and huge humidity bubbles and stuff, because that's definitely not going to be the case. That's another thing, another good argument in favor of lollipopping really heavy. Lollipop heavy so that you don't have microclimates below where you have humidity blow up, and then you end up, first of all, you're just growing larf down there anyway compared to your tops, right? But then aside from that, if you're doing that, you're giving yourself a chance to create a mildew situation. And I mean, there will be ones that will resist it. And if you want my guidance with lines that I've put out that will have resistance, I can give you that guidance too. But or if you want early finishing lines, those two are usually not the same. It's either you either go for early finish or for the ones that are heavily resistant and can go out into November without a problem because it's not going to mold out anyway. Yeah. So usually not the direct sour lines they're not going to have the mildew immunity in there. They can have strong resistance in there though. And not all of them will have it.
All right, we got Paulie smoking on the GMO 30-year dog. We got thanks for explaining Uncle Doobie. We got Much love, Uncle Doobie. I'm growing some of your 30-year dog outdoors this year from Pinhead. What else do we got? The Skywalker is good. Yeah, you know, Super Silver Haze. Yeah, I'm trying to let him know. Keep him Black Haze. All right. I've gotten ammonia turf from Phenos and cultivars totally unrelated from Super Silver Haze. Yeah. All right, here we go. How does the Skywalker BX the Larry OG? So I'm not sure if that's something. I know Lee. Okay. Question: how is that Skywalker BX the Larry OG? What phenos are expressed?
I don't think that's me. That's not
Okay.
something that I
Okay.
put
I
out.
think it sounds like something Leo might have did for some reason.
Yeah. So I think that's a different one that I even did get to try that. That was really nice. I think Impressed is a commercial producer in Massachusetts, and they had done some, and they gave me some of that, and it was a Skywalker BX that Leo had done that. But the one that I've grown out that Leo did was the Ghost Walker, which is fire, that one's Skywalker by King Louis, by Ghost, by Ghost, by Ghost, by Creme Brulee. So it's like a Ghost BX2 onto using Creme Brulee for the initial outcross. So it's that is the outcross Ghost Creme Brulee, then that onto Ghost, then that onto Ghost, then that onto King Louis, then that onto Skywalker. It's called Skywalker by 13th Ghost, Ghost Walker OG. And it's fire. I really like that stuff.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Good job, Leo.
Shout out to Leo. Okay, thank you for your input. I love Afghans, but they always have problems with high humidity, so I don't like to grow them out there. So that was the question on the high humidity. Chosen One. What up, Chosen One?
Hey, Chosen One.
What's your favorite OG? Different tastes question. What's your favorite OG? You can see the questions when I put them on the screen, right?
Fire. But if Pure Kush doesn't count as an OG, I like the True OG. I like the King Louis. I like the Paris. I like a lot of OGs though.
All right, yeah. So, all right, so let me see. All right, we got Uncle Doobie for about a half hour left, guys. So yeah. I feel like no question is a bad question. This is a really good time for you guys to actually ask some questions. I mean, we could talk a little bit about maybe what we're going to be able to bring to you guys. I know that me and Uncle Doobie were talking about maybe just, a handful of strain drop. Maybe we, talk about what we'd like to get on the site for you guys a little bit, and let you guys ask some more questions.
I was supposed to get a bunch of things out to you before too. I know we're gonna get this fixed this week, man.
It's all good. Yeah,
cool.
But what are you thinking about dropping anyway? Like what do you think that people are gonna want? So if we narrowed it down to maybe 10 strains off the menu, what do you think is a good starting point?
So I want to let out a bunch of these things that I have like really small amounts of now. Not that there was a lot of them before, but right now I think that a bunch of things that I don't have a lot of, and this is when people can get something that everybody else isn't going to be growing at the same time. They're going to have something that's not just unique to them because they find their keeper the one that resonates with them in the pack. It's that there weren't a bunch of people going through those packs at all. Even if you got something that wasn't the outlier, that's the main thing. It's not, if there's a half dozen of them made,
Yeah. Oh, sorry. All right, wait, here we go. All right, yo, Uncle Doobie, do you have any recent drops from other friends breeders, other friends dash breeders that you're psyched for people should keep an eye out for?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. So I want to also mention again, because now I'm just getting them into the rotation. Now they're getting flipped in the next couple days. The ones that Y Factor made using the sour animal, which is our collab there. That's guava. So what it is? It's his guava lolly Kush male hitting the sour animal. He's calling it the guava animal sour, and there's some really nice stuff in there. The
And
plants
that's
are
the
really
gas. So that's the GAS, right? The
Yeah,
guava
so
animal sour.
yeah, I think that he still has a whole bunch of those. We're really waiting for all the feedback from the testing. I was like, I need to run these out too, man. And they're just now getting going, and I'm excited to see what comes out of those. For some stuff that I've just run through that I really enjoyed from somebody else, I want to mention Slow Mo Sapien with his Nigerian Haze Titty Sprinkles. I really found something special in there. Cheers, Slow Mo Sapien.
Nice. It was a titty sprinkles from I just forgot his name. Man. It'll come to me. I don't know why I totally forgot his name as I said that.
Grease Monkey by Purple Punch.
Okay.
2.0.
So I think that's exotic as that. Yeah, I guess that's exotic.
No, exotic did the Grease Monkey, but not the Purple
So
Punch.
it's not. So I think it's a dude from Michigan. And he did titty sprinkles. And I don't know why I can't remember his name. He did a collab with Thug Pug too. And his name is just escaping me right now. I don't know why. But it could be his titty sprinkles possible.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in here that we gave those out to. So, give some feedback. Like No Name Goat. I think Tim, you probably got a pack. Dr. Crispy Thumbs. I see a bunch of you guys that got these because we did give out a bunch of the, packs as freebies. So we gave out a whole bunch of these packs at one time. So hopefully you guys, if you guys are growing it, definitely give feedback back to Uncle Doobie and Y Factor for sure.
Cool.
Secret Society, thank you. Yeah, what up, Mike?
Yes.
I could not remember his name, bro. It was so. I actually hung out with him in an event we did, and we did a small drop with him. And yeah, interesting, very interesting character. He's a cool guy. He's very interesting. But yeah, that's who it was. It was Secret Society. I could not think of his name for a second. Well, welcome. Yeah, new people, first time here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Feel free to ask any questions you have. What strain were the free packs? Yeah, so the free packs were the ones that we're talking about right now, and they've all been given out at this point. This is probably like at least 6 months ago. I mean, it could be more than that. Time goes very fast, so sort of hard for me to track when that was, but it's been at least 6 months. So yeah, we gave out a bunch. I think that I just saw one. I think I saved one for myself. I like to save a little bit of everything, so.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, I think I saw one of those packs around in the vault or something. The gas, But it was the guava animal sour, so gas. Yeah. What up, Mike? All right, we got about 20 minutes left, guys. So, like I said, sour questions, grow questions, chem, anything really. Ask away. Feel free. Please ask away. I like when they, that's really why I try to do this. You guys probably don't see it. Let me take a look. We have, you guys probably see the 81 people just on YouTube, but I can see everything. So we actually have about 98 people in here right now altogether. So, 100 people out there. I'm sure you guys have some questions, man. No question is a bad question. Feel free to ask away. I will respond to this real quick just because we have 808 that's going to be here from 10 to 11 o'clock. So he is actually out of Hawaii, and we will have 808 Genetics on here tonight. So I would highly recommend him. There you go for Hawaiian genetics. All right, I got a limited pack from Doobie for the Builder Soil Cup. Haven't popped them yet. Pop them.
Next.
All right, so what else?
I actually, Fred, I actually had cereal for dinner because my kid was not home. She and her mom were out, and I was not cooking for myself. Cereal was fine.
Let's go. Yeah, I had like some chicken, but the question wasn't for me anyway. So, all right, what do we got? I got Sour. I got Sour, which is a dog father, Funky Bitch, and Pink Octane, the Sour DBX2 going right now. It's interesting to see some similarities. I did pick up Uncle Doobie Sour DF2 from another grower, so. Yep. All right, what's your favorite?
What's my favorite town?
Yeah, there you go.
91.
Yeah, I agree.
And wait a second, I've never smoked number one. Number one is that hazy one. I've never smoked that.
Yeah, the number one. You know what? It's funny because we just had some packs come through from CSI Humble, and I honestly had never seen. And it was how did he list it? I think it was just Chem D number one, and I personally had never really seen that.
Chem D is Chem Dog D. So
yeah. It was Chem Dog number one S1.
Yeah. That was popped in like 06 by Joe Brand, right? When he popped the 4.
And the Giesel is something. The Giesel is Top Dog. That's something.
No, it's Giesel. So that's like G's Diesel. And it's Chem D by Western Mass Super Skunk.
By the Super Skunk. Okay.
And I don't know. I had it before. I gave that to my buddy Timmy, Love Light Medicinals, but then when he gave it back to me, it was not the same plant. He gave me something else mislabeled by accident. So I don't have the Giesel anymore. But Giesel,
isn't that JJ? Isn't that his creation? Top Dog, JJ, or no?
No, it's I don't believe so.
Okay, I thought that it was for some reason, but I'm only right like 90% of the time, so it's cool.
No, I think so. He did other Chem D stuff, right? So he did the Chem D Hindu Kush, and then they put that back onto the Chem D, and that was the double dog, and then that back onto the Chem D was the trace dog, and then that onto Chem 4 and a bunch of was the star dog, and then at the same time they put the trace dog onto a bunch of other things. But that was like a Chem D BX2. So I just don't. Maybe he did it with a Super Skunk too as well, but I didn't think that the Giesel was from JJ.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, I could be.
I heard that it came from some guys out west too. That they did one as well. They called it Super Dog and stuff too. I don't know, man. When I got it, it was Giesel. It's like it's a funkier sour. It's not sour. It's like it's funkier than sour. It's a funkier diesel kind of thing. It doesn't have. It has more of the raunch. It doesn't have the sweetness that the Hunter Mountain has, the AJ, right? It doesn't have the straight gas like the A cut has. It has a funk with it, like from the Chem D mother. In the Giesel. I don't know. Giesel's still it's got a funk with it. You know what it's kind of similar to is this plant that I have now called Original Diesel. That one has the funky kind of thing going on in it. It's not my favorite diesel profile, but it's got a funky thing in it. And that one went from Stony to Nothing Cool to Wizard Hedges to Tradewind to me. But it's not like any of the other ones that I have. It's interesting in that regard. I don't know what's up with it. I've heard from another fellow on mine, shout out Hughes, Ripon Van Winkle, and he said that the Swell had seen it and confirmed that it was the D2. But then Nothing Cool told me that she'd shown AJ, and he said that it wasn't. And I asked JJ actually about that, and JJ said Swell would know better than AJ, but it still doesn't mean anything. I'm like, yeah, I know, I agree. I to me, it was an interesting thing. I like that too. Shout out Tradewind. Thanks for that interesting other plant too, the original diesel. But again, that was closer to the diesel than any of the other ones that I've seen.
Okay, have you done any Purple Kush or Pink Kush?
No. So is Pink Kush like a reefer man thing?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the Pink Kush is, to be honest. The
Pink
Purple Kush, I
I
know.
kind of feel like it was. It was like something that was up in Canada.
Oh,
Purple Kush.
I'm pretty sure he's in Canada, so that would make sense. I'm
Okay,
pretty
yeah.
sure. Right, Mark? I'm pretty sure he's in Canada. Yeah.
So Purple Kush, I have messed with Purple Kush. I never messed with that SR71 one. The one that I got to grow out was the LVPK, and the Las Vegas Purple Kush. And when I grew it out, I was like, oh, this is not like the old Purple Kush that I used to get. The closest thing I grew out to that was the Katsu Bubba. And I said that to the guy, this guy, fellow Gus, who used to grow it. And I said, you know, I said, back in the day, your Purple Kush was so awesome. He goes, oh, thanks. And I was like, you know, I tried to grow that out when I got the LVPK, could never make it come out like that. Closest thing I got to come out with like that was the Katsu Bubba. And he was like, that's because that's what that was. He's like, I just called it. But that stuff was fire, man. The Katsu Bubba was, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I mean, I feel like that is really good, too. The Katsu Bubba Kush? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't yield, man. And it's so short and annoyingly short, but it's
dank. Yeah.
Yeah.
What up, Big Kurt? Okay, so you could you could respond to that. Where can we grab the Factor collab? I think that he has a site, doesn't he? But I don't know.
And I don't know if it's like officially getting dropped yet, but it's like we're still in testing with it. But I mean, you should be able to get that soon, maybe through Chad too. But yeah, Derek does have a site as well.
Yeah, I think he sent me, I've been really busy. I think he sent me a message about a week or two ago. I don't even remember if I responded, but what I'll do is I will actually reach out to him. I'm not going to be here next Wednesday night. I will tell you guys we're going to go up to Fish in Georgia next Wednesday. So I know I haven't been here too much lately and I won't be here next week, but we'll be back the following week. So I'll see if I can reach out to Y Factor and maybe we get him to come on and we can, talk a little bit more about the gas drop and maybe see how close he is to ready and maybe get them on the site by that time. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll do my best. Oh, this is a good question, but hold on. Let me go in order here. And I only think it's a good question because there's so many, have you tried Karma Sour? If so, how did it compare to your work?
So the Karma stuff is work from the Sour IBL from Rez. I'm not really a big fan of it. It looks good. It just doesn't have the same. It's missing a quality of it, right? It's hard to articulate what it's missing, but it's missing it. Like I've never hit that stuff and gotten the shit-eating grin that I can't control. It's not like I wanted it to. People are like, oh, you're hating, but no, I'm just really, really picky. I'm really, really, really picky.
That's how you should be. Should. I mean, hey, that's a connoisseur,
Dude, we grew that stuff too back in the day. Like, it was more easily available. Not everybody could get hooked up with cuts, but anybody could go on Seed Bay or Seed Boutique and get that crap, And so it worked its way into everywhere here, even though we were still at ground zero for the real thing. Everything was tightly held, and yeah, I mean, it
So
worked its way through my hands, but there's a reason why I'm not growing it now. But as for that was just really sour IBL crosses. The Karma stuff, I've smoked it from other people. I've never actually grown the Karma stuff myself. I grew out a cross made with the Karma stuff once. But yeah, great bag appeal.
so is that definitely where his came from? Out of curiosity, it came from Rez. That's the same
Yeah,
sour.
Rez's sour IBL. So Rez's sour IBL. That one was made with Soma's NYC Diesel Male, the
Okay.
grapefruity thing. It's not like real sour at all. Hitting the ECSD that was
The
also
ECO.
made by Reservoir. ECSD was an Afghan crossed to sour. There's whatever sour they had, right? And then that crossed back onto their sour, and then that back on. But that was how ECSD was made, and then ECSD crossed with the Soma NYC diesel is the sour diesel IBL, and then the sour diesel IBL worked over and over back onto itself as Karma's line.
Interesting. Okay.
Sorry,
So another,
I know that's long-winded, man.
they want to know Karmas versus Top Dogs.
Top Dogs is better, but you know, I think you'd be the happiest with mine. I'm gonna be real with
There
you.
you go. Perfect. All right, so let me see. Okay, Doobie, what do you think of Weasel Diesel?
Yeah, so people put that name on things. So Weasel is Mike Klopp, all right, the guy that that AJ gave the nickname Weasel to. But yeah, so I ran out these things from him that were from Klopp that were underdog F5 male onto sour. And it's interesting. It's not really very soury. There's actually a lot of elements of Northern Lights in there from the underdog. It kind of has some flavors that we associate with Piff, which is from the Northern Lights part of that. Yeah, in there. It's decent. It's good. It's just I don't know. So there's other cuts that people put the tag Weasel on, but if you talk to Treatment, and he's growing with Mike, he'll tell you that Mike intentionally made things with different things in it. Claims that there's no chem in his sour at all, and he made different releases with intent at different times, and has gone back into the F2s, gone back into the F3s and stuff, and opened them back up and taken them in different directions. So he says that Mike or Weasel has released a bunch, and where are people putting that tag Weasel on it? I don't know, right? There's so many different sour cuts that are clearly related. Yeah.
All right.
So there is one out there that's
The Weasel.
that I've seen that, like, for instance, that Leo has, that he throws that that Weasel tag on. That one is good. But I've seen other cuts with the tag Weasel put on them that I didn't think were that good.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up with a couple questions.
Sorry.
I see Farmer Freeman has entered. He's he's waiting to come in, and I think we have about 3 minutes left. So I'm going to run through these real quick. Are you planning on taking any new cuts, or do you feel you have a full stable?
Things always end up coming in anyway. I got that stupid toad venom.
That's a whole other
thanks
topic.
To the homie.
Yeah, I mean,
for that.
I had Sin City in here, and we talked a bit about, the toad venom. So yeah, interesting. Half of it was from his Sin Mint, so, or at least I think the father was the Simmons, the pollen donor. So he had a bunch to say about it, for not whatever. He wasn't like upset or anything. He just thought it was a little bit out of not cool, disrespectful, I think were his words, to not even credit him on it and stuff. So interesting.
It's funny that you said that, because when I tried it from Ronin, it was just like Sin Mints. When
That's
I
what
tried
it is.
it from Marijuana Talk,
Right.
it was like an OG with some of the animal acetone, which honestly, I think that my sour animal does that same thing better. But that one tasted better than the Ronin one that just tasted like Sin Mints. But I get to try both of those. Yeah.
All right, so let me wrap this up. Not to be picky, we all should be with genetics available these days. So grow Uncle Doobie's F2s from EJ Sourhouse I got for next year. I have AJ Sour. Let me see. Toad to the fire on the mountain. Is that something you got coming up?
No, I'm definitely going to hit it with one of the sour things. I'm
Okay.
so far past the fire on the mountain, I probably won't go all the way back into those.
All right.
But yeah, I'll definitely hit it with something. And hit AJ.
What up, 808? So real quick, 808. At some point, I'm going to get you guys together. Me and Uncle Doobie talked about it already. I think that we've just been so busy for the last 2 months. Really, it's been about that long. We've just been busy. So, but I'm going to make sure I get with Uncle Doobie. We want to get 808 together with Uncle Doobie and see what they can, come up with. So
Cue Ball, what's the kind of sour that you'd want to get your hands on? Well, the A that I have doesn't really circulate. So the best way to get that would be to go into my back cross lines. But aside from that, my second favorite is the Hunter Mountain, which also goes by the Wing Wang or the AJ. It's some people would call it the Manny, right? But it's a single cut. It's from Hunter Mountain.
All right, brother. I'm gonna bring Farmer. I got Farmer Freeman in here right now.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll jump.
Yeah, we're right at 9. So what I'll do is, obviously, we'll have you come back, and you and I need to get together sometime, and we'll try to get some new stuff on the site for these guys. So we'll get together sometime tomorrow if you're available, and I will try to get you and right there 808 together too.
Fuck yeah, brother.
All right, cool. All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, bro. All right, let me get Farmer Freeman up here. Actually, I'm going to put this on. Give me about 1 second. I'm going to put a banner up, and then I'm going to pull him up. I just need to get up for 1 second, and then we'll get right to it. Let me see if I can get this up here. I'm just going to put a timer up here. Give me 1 minute. And can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, very good. Trying to get this off. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Hold on 1 sec. It's not letting me. There we go. I'm sorry about that. That's my bad. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, what is up?
I was trying to talk to you down there before I put us up, but for some reason it just like it was not letting me. So, but welcome. How you doing?
Hey, doing good. Thank you, man.
Cool. Oh yeah, nice to I'm happy to get you on, man. I've been looking forward to this. So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself for anybody that might not know who you are. And we're gonna open it up basically. We have 1 hour with Farmer Freeman. And as many questions that you guys have, I feel like this is really why I do this. It's not really about my questions. It's about your guys' questions. So whatever the questions are, I feel like no question is a bad question. And, hopefully most of you guys have used Farmer Freeman test kits. If you haven't, we're going to let you guys know exactly what they are. And I'm going to let him introduce himself, and we'll pretty much just go from there.
Yeah, thanks, Dark Star, man. It's funny, we've been working together so long, but this is our first time like face to face, I think.
It is.
Yeah. So really appreciate you having me on, man. So for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Jackson. I'm the owner operator of Farmer Freeman. We are a plant DNA testing lab based out of Washington, D.C. Our main product is the male-female plant sex test. So that's where you send us like a little piece of your leaf, and then we email you back letting you know if it's going to be male or female by looking at the DNA. And so I know Dark Star has been using my kits for years now. I'm sure, it looks like Zoo over there in the chat has used us. So happy to be here talking about it, and looking forward to getting to know everyone.
Yeah. So okay. And yeah, this is the way that I do it a lot. Like it's really funny because I will have no real like pre-communication on these lives. We really just let it be. This is how we started it. So I'll tell you, I've probably been doing the lives now for about 5 years. And, we decided when we started doing this, we would try to bring in all different types of people. I know I listed as Meet the Breeder because, 90% of the people I bring on, 85% are going to be breeders. We talk genetics, but we also have glass blowers. We have people like yourself. We have all kinds of members, of the community that come through. And we try to let people ask questions that they might not be able to ask otherwise. That's really why we started with the breeders, because I think at one time people wanted to put the name, especially with a company like yours as well. I've never, like you said, this will be the first time that we really met. I mean, we've talked many times and we've worked together for years now, but it's a cool forum where we don't have questions made out already. We just go fully organic with the people in the comments and let them ask questions. So I think this should be pretty cool. So, and I've been curious about those testing kits. So listen, any questions that you have, I feel like this is your guys' opportunity to ask those questions directly. And I know that Farmer Freeman also does the viroid test kits. So I think that's something that wasn't something that you did when we first started working. If you did, I don't know that we actually, got them on the site up until recently. So, and I feel like this. I feel like, me as a grower, I feel like this is a tool in your toolbox that makes the most sense in the world because, and this is coming from me, not from him, but this is me as a passionate grower that when we only have so much space, the reality is time is important. Time and space are two of the most important things, right? When you're able to grow it out, I think it's the first set of leaves, basically. You could take a clip off that first, which is, you're talking about a week to 2 weeks. That's about it. Not even sometimes. So this is something that you're going to know whether you're males or males right away. So you could chop them and you can, continue and save your space and not waste time. Water, electricity, the list goes on and on about how much this is going to save you guys really in like the long run. So for anybody that hasn't used these kits yet, I highly recommend them. and I'm going to let you guys ask questions. So, but that's just me being passionate about these kits and really telling you guys, like, to me, when I hear people, they're on the fence about them, I think you're talking about $15 a test. So, and I've gotten, me and Jackson had talked a while back with a breeder that was curious about, larger, like, testing even for viroids in a large section where obviously they're a little bit more where, and we can get to that, how you could test the whole section. And then if that section, comes up positive, then you can narrow it down. And it's not like you have to do every single plant. So, there's really some cool things that we could talk about tonight and give you guys some tips and stuff like that. But I'm going to get to some of your guys' questions. So Farmer Freeman, there you go. Saving so much time.
Well, yeah. Dark, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I know, we even have our test kits on your site, like you mentioned there. So I know you wouldn't be selling these if you didn't stand behind them. And yeah, so we started the plant DNA sex test back in 2016, and really we got big on the e-commerce starting in like 2018. Previously, it was like kind of more of a local DC, Maryland, Virginia kind of thing, and so, I mean, back then, 2016, the hop latent viroid like hadn't even been really like named in cannabis. So yeah, we did, get our start with the plant sex test. EZXY is what we named it, and the virus test, the hop latent virus test, we launched in like I think 2021. And for that one, we were kind of late comers onto that testing market, and that was primarily because like people were still trying to figure out like, how detectable is it, like can you test it in leaves, or do you like, then people started saying like, oh no, you can only test root, like that's the most reliable. And so because like there was still so much like that, the industry as a whole was like learning about it, we like kind of wanted to see how that shaked out before we launched the test, just to make sure that, we wanted to make sure that test was perfect, because if it wasn't, then people might question the sex test. And
Right.
definitely the sex test, that's our bread and butter. So we couldn't risk anything damaging that. And so, but yeah, so, we did launch the hop latent viroid. You have that on your site too. And since then we have a bunch of other pathogens that we test for too. So all different stages of the growing cycle. But yeah, so it sounds like some people curious about the testing kits, others used us. We're helping them. That's awesome. Yeah. So for those that are curious, this is essentially all it is. It's a paper envelope with a little plant tag inside. So this tag number matches the envelope number. You put this on your plant. You take a piece of leaf, like maybe the size of this green sticker or even smaller. Some people send us the cotyledon leaves. And so yeah, you can tell the sex of your plant like as soon as you're comfortable taking that sample, which is usually about 7 to 10 days old at the minimum. Some people like to, grow them out a little bit just to start understanding structure. Maybe they're going to weed out the runts anyway, so they don't want to sex test those. So yeah, we're happy to take the samples like anytime you're ready to send them, but we definitely encourage you to send them sooner, just so you get more value out of that time saved.
So I have some questions. Yeah. If you can see the screen, right? If I throw the questions up, you can see them up there?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. So that's what I'll do. And I'm not sure exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Liquid test for personal testing. Yeah, so we've thought about that. We've bought those types of tests from other vendors. And we even ran a similar type of test, on our commercial back end for a while. but ultimately we weren't satisfied with the accuracy of those at home sex test protocols. They're just giving you one result, and that's if it's male, the indicating fluid changes color. If it doesn't change color, you assume it's female. But in our experience, like it could just be a bad test, like it just wasn't set up right, and then the color doesn't change. So you have a higher risk of false negatives with those types of tests. And because of that, we, until that technology like somehow is able to give two results, one for the plant sex and one to just confirm that the reaction worked. Um, yeah, we're not really doing that at home test. So yeah, the difference is our test, we're looking for two pieces of plant DNA. We're looking at the male marker, which is found on the Y chromosome. So if we detect that, we'll see like a spike and signal on one of our machines. And then on every single plant, we expect to see a spike just from what we call like a control gene. So this is a gene or a piece of DNA that's found in every plant, male or female. And so if we don't see that control gene spike up, we know that there is something wrong with the reaction and that we have to like repeat it. So these at-home kits, they just don't have that internal control. But if you're willing to take that risk, like sure, like the at-home stuff can be useful, especially once you've nailed down a protocol that's working well. Can you ship down from Canada? Yeah, we've been working with Canadian clients for many years. What we do for international orders is we supply you. I don't have one here at home, but we supply you like with this like special square piece of paper inside of that test kit that I showed you, and then you would smash the leaf into that paper, and it's like kind of a thick absorbent paper, and then you scrape off the excess leaf. You're left with just a green stained piece of paper that has the DNA in it, and then you mail us that. And so then it's just a lot easier to get to us when it's in that format. Yeah, and so we have direct ordering to Canada and the UK on our website. And if you're outside of those countries or outside of the US, you can just send us an email and then we'll provide you shipping quotes. But yeah, we're more than happy to work with you wherever you are. Yeah, Rashby27, thanks for asking. That's one of our biggest frequently asked questions there. Yeah, a lot of people buy the 10 pack or even like the 50 or 100 pack maybe once a year and just slowly submit those samples throughout the year. So once we sell you those kits, we're associating all those sample numbers to your email address. And as long as we haven't tested it, we consider it, paid for, ready to be run. And yeah, so mail it off in whatever increments are convenient. Okay, Fred Flintstone. How long does the whole process take from the time you mail it in and the moment you know? So it depends on, it's so dependent on the mailing service that you use. Once we have it in our laboratory, in our possession, it's just 1 to 2 business days, and sometimes even the same day it arrives. So 1 to 2 business days is our guarantee. If we suspect it's going to take longer than that, we always give you a heads up as soon as possible. Yeah, but mailing it is the most critical thing. If you're doing stamped mail, it can take, it's just so unpredictable. It can take like 2 weeks to get to us. So we always recommend you do something with tracking, like priority mail, and if you're doing like 10 samples, that priority mail is just adding like $1 per sample to get your results, like, potentially 2 weeks faster. So definitely recommend the tracked mail. But yeah, we have people who will order on our website and they'll have results in about 7 days, just with the back and forth shipping. And once we get it,
yeah, they come fast. It's quick.
It's
turnaround
our
time.
specialty, you know. So like some labs
Right.
like might offer this as like a side service, but this is like really what we specialize in. And we have a great system. I've got a great group of employees and contractors. Yeah, it's a game changer. Okay, so most cultivars can be forced to herm at some point, and others are more resilient. Can herms show up as male, female, or both? Yeah, so in our experience, we've seen both male and like genetically male and genetically female both have been reported as herms. Um, Sometimes, you know, like most often it's the female plants that get reported to us because people are destroying their male plants once they learn they're males. So, you know, there's just less opportunity to see if those would harm or not. Um, but yeah, so both of them can harm. And when they harm, it's not always like obvious that it's harming. Um, you know, sometimes like the male plant will only be expressing female flowers, or the female, genetically female plant will only be expressing pollen sacs and male structure. So, you know, a lot of times people think like, you know, was this even accurate? But, you know, the test is not going to just, you know, randomly create a Y chromosome and call a plant a male. You know, that's impossible. So,
Right.
so yeah, but when we do get herm reports, we love to get those. We take a note, you know, of every single sample that we've tested that was later reported as herm, and the goal with that is to develop a Hermy test, because there's got to be some, you know, pattern, something related to those plants that are unique to those, and then you know we just work it out from there.
Have you been finding? I mean, have you narrowed it down, or are you? What have you found so far? Do you think that's going to
Yeah,
be a possibility?
so we don't do at Farmer Freeman, we don't really do like a whole lot of direct research like that.
Okay.
But our, you know, we work with research partners who help develop these tests, and then just the scientific community at large. You know, there's tons of independent groups studying cannabis, and the sex determining genes and stuff like that are hugely important. So what they've learned in the past couple of years is that there's a sex determining uh, you know, group of genes, and you know, when those are activated, that kind of tells the plant which phenotype to grow out. So uh, I guess like the theory behind the Herm test is like looking at like the sensitivity of those genes, and maybe if they're like highly sensitive to, you know, ethylene or whatever, then those would be like what we would call Hermy. It may end up being like a Herm potential test rather than a
Right.
Hermy test, because like I think someone said, like, you know, basically every plant can be forced to herm, but we hear about some plants that are like so hard to get to herm, or like no one's, you know, the grower has never been able to get it to herm. So so that might be, you know, limited hermy potential, and that might be like what the test detects for. um, but yeah, we've been working with this group up in Massachusetts, um, and we were hoping to have the test by now, but it's proven to be tricky, and I'm sure everyone wants to make sure it's right before it's brought to market.
Yeah, no doubt. So with the the viroid test kit on that side, have you been seeing a lot of positive tests? If that's something you can even talk about, I mean, I don't know. So
Yeah, so yeah, the viroid test, if a facility is like buying our viroid tests and submitting, you know, more than 5 or 10 samples, yeah, oftentimes we might detect one. Um, if it's just like a grower, we don't know exactly how our customers are using these tests. Like we don't always ask them, you know, were you seeing symptoms or is this purely preventative? So
Right.
because of that, like it's hard to like use like our positivity rate to like, you know, try to get
Right. In like compared to like the general.
hmm but yeah, I mean, we have some customers who unfortunately, like, you know, 5 out of 6 samples will test positive, or, you know, they'll test one that started looking weird and it was positive, and then we test the other 19 moms they have, and maybe half of them are positive. And I know that customer, he was even breeding with these, and he just chucked everything after that, even if it was negative. You know, it was only a matter of time before they started testing positive, because of just the proximity around
Right.
those other infected plants, shared workspace, shared tools, all of that.
All right. Yeah. So I think we have about 100 people in here right now, and I think we have we have Jackson for about 35 more minutes, guys. So this is going to be your guys' opportunity, like I said in the beginning, for the new people that are in here right now. So we have Farmer Freeman with us right now, and we're talking about male-female test kits and viral testing. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask away in the comments.
All right, so Crispy's definitely wanting this at-home test.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
We're gonna evolve the tech to become like a pregnancy test type of style.
yeah.
You know, so the way we do our tests, it's all PCR based. So we're looking at the DNA and looking for signs within that DNA that the plant is male or not male. A pregnancy test style, you know, maybe we're not looking at DNA, but we're looking at like a protein or something that only the male plants make. So like I think that could be possible, but I think that at that early stage of growth, you know, the plants might not be making those differences. Whereas the DNA difference at that early stage, like that's hard coded from the seed. That's not changing. But like, you know, proteins or chemicals related to the sex, those might not always be present like the DNA is.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. How accurate are they? Last year, the plant sex test was, I think it was like over 99.95% accurate. And that's based on customer feedback. So that means if we tested 100,000 plants, 5 of them were reported incorrect. So I think that's usually pretty good for most people.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
And it's funny when those are incorrect, it's usually like some kind of clerical issue, like someone just mistyped, you know, the result when they were moving it from the lab to the office. So it's not like the actual science is wrong. It's the human element that
Right.
usually causes that. The HLVD resistant ones.
I think it's talking about, well, I
Oh,
guess.
Like we were talking about herm potential, right?
Right, potential.
So yeah, HLVD resistant plants. So I haven't heard of any like real proven like resistance, you know, traits or anything like that. But we have heard of plants that, you know, they're just forever asymptomatic. And so there's this one plant called Jamaican lion, and you can detect HLVD within its roots, but you don't see it in the leaves. And it also just never shows like those symptoms of HLVD, like the brittle stems, the lower yield, the reduced potency, airy buds, things like that. So, kind buffalo. Wow. Yeah, really long time, man. We have to catch up. Kind buffalo is such a OG. I mean, probably one of my first like 200 customers or something like that. Like pre-COVID.
Right. Nice.
So cool.
Yeah, I've had a geneticist on here before. She does some of this stuff, and she actually was. I guess they were trying to narrow down some of that on the HLBD. So interesting. Interesting to see what other people, because like I said, she's a geneticist, so like we've gotten into some pretty good conversations about this stuff with her as well. And I think she was in the process of some kind of experiments to see with some of the plants that she was finding. So I haven't really had her on here since I think that conversation, but interesting to know what people are out there trying to narrow down and do when it comes to these things.
Yeah, because it's like we're still learning like why HLBD impacts these plants and like the mechanisms of like HLVD is inserting itself into like this gene, and that's why things are getting messed up. So like we're still learning like that, like why it's a disease, like why it's pathogenic. And so as we learn more about like how it affects those plants, we can then target breeding about those plants that maybe don't have that susceptibility. Certain things that I mean, people can be allergic to all kinds of things. Cannabis, absolutely, you could be allergic to. I haven't heard of anyone who's like maybe allergic to male plants and not female plants.
Maybe pollen though.
Pollen,
so, of course.
Yeah. Seeds be tested. Yeah, we can test your seeds, but we're gonna crush them up, and we can't send them back. We're gonna crush them to take the DNA out. So
right, that is an interesting thing, though, right?
But it's useful. So that's how we do like feminized seed validation, and like so if you wanted to like put on your packaging or show your buyer like, hey, these are feminized seeds,
right?
You would send us like a lot of those seeds, like a percentage of the seed batch, and we would analyze those.
And you would crush them, and how out of curiosity, how does that go? How is that?
Yeah, so I mean, our technique is that we crush them. We put them in. We've done a few different things. We can either get like a old school pestle and mortar and grind it up, and then take the DNA out of that, and it's like, for example, like 100 seeds all at once, and if we don't find that male signal, like that's pretty good evidence that the batch was feminine.
That it's female, right?
Another thing we can do if we don't want to do a whole 100 seeds all in the same pool is we have these like special plastic tubes that have like beads, like maybe like stainless steel BBs inside, and you put that in a machine that shakes the crap out of it, and that pulverizes the seed. So those are typically the way you'd get DNA out of the seeds.
Yeah. All right, what else we got? Brownsing for a reason, like to see what those best do. Okay.
When you play the casino like that, you sit there long enough, you'll get burned, man.
Yeah.
You see it
absolutely.
all the time, where we send in someone's results, and it's like 7 out of 8 were male, or even some cases like 10 out of 10 are male, and when that happens, you're kicking yourself, but you're also relieved that, hey, at least we learned this at week 3 of veg, rather than week 5 of flowering or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's why I feel like it's just such a good tool to have, especially.
It's all about the predictability and making sure that your grow space is fully optimized. So if half of your 4x4 tent just got eliminated at week 2 of flower, I mean, sure, you can get some trellising and make those other 2 tents work, or those other 2 plants work for that tent, but it would be more efficient to then move 2 new females into that space.
100%.
Yeah. So so our plant DNA sex test, this easy XY, this is only testing male and female. The virus and pathogen test, that's going to be a different product. So this is what it looks like on Chad's website, Darkstar's website, and like the grow shops.
There you go.
This is HLVD specific, but we also have on our website, Fusarium, Pythium, powdery mildew, a whole slew of different pathogens.
Oh, okay. So are they all different tests? I wasn't sure. So it's just the HLVD is just a specific test. So it's not just okay.
So we did launch in the past couple of months. We've launched what we call panels, and so that'll be like bundles of our individual tests, and it's just you get a cheaper price per test because it's bundled together rather than buying individual tests. So that would be like our intake panel is Fusarium, Pythium, and hop latent viroid. Those are your three most commonly detected diseases we see in like fresh clones, things like that. And then we have tests like a mom specific test that you run a couple times a year just to make sure your moms are fully clean. And then we've got a full panel that's every single one of our tests. Yeah, dude, I'm glad you're around. Yeah, you don't forget those first customers, that really like gave you the confidence to keep that business going and stuff. And so love that.
All right. So wait, just tuned in Spanish. Don't know if you cover, but your success rate. Okay, so obviously people are coming and going in here. We have almost 120 people in here now. So, and that's across.
I gotta get a hat or something that says 99.99%.
Yeah, I mean it's on the. I know, because listen, if you guys have gotten the test kits, which it's going to tell you that right there. But for people that aren't, so he just said it again. So 99.9. So almost 100%. Not going to say 100%, but
yeah, there's just too many. It's biology, but it's also a lot of humans involved, and yeah. So anyone claiming 100%, I think, is being a little ingenuous. Now there was a question there about like with new strains coming in.
Oh, the new strains. Sorry,
could it remain as accurate as it were back when I was working with Kind Buffalo? We're only improving every year. We're more accurate than the last. I guess what might throw a wrench into that would be like if people start growing these like polyploid or triploid plants. I don't know how that affects the sex test. I think as long as it has one of those male chromosomes, then we would still call it male. But I don't know like how those plants are expressed. If we've tested those, no one has indicated that they are those. But we've tested stuff like Freak Show, a lot of different Freak Show crosses. We've tested like twin plants where it's like two sprouts from the same seed. Sometimes those will even be different sex. So yeah, like we've over the years we've had a bunch of different strains, a bunch of variety thrown at us, and based on customer feedback, it's more accurate every year than it was the previous year. Panels sound
and it's PCR. What is it? PCR testing or PC?
Yeah, so PCR, specifically qPCR. So
that's the machine, right?
qPCR. So all PCRs like use like some kind of machines, and what they do is they hook on to like you take the DNA out of your sample, you add some other like smaller pieces of DNA, and if it hooks on, then it just makes like tons of copies of that, and then you see the growth in that copy number.
Okay.
That's how qPCR works. With regular endpoint PCR, it makes those copies, and then you have to do like a second step of work in order to see if the copies were made or not. But qPCR is really cool because it's real time. You're seeing that number go up, and it just gives you a lot more information than regular PCR. Um, Panels sound better. I'm glad you think so. We were excited to launch those. People were definitely asking, how can we bundle these different tests? Yeah, so like a hop latent thyroid test is going to be 45 or $50, but you bundle it with Fusarium Pythium, it's 99. So it's like buy two get one free. And the bundles, there's 3 different bundles. They're all similar to that.
And I'm just putting that up because he just retyped it out, but I think you already touched on that. So
Yeah.
got that. And yeah, you could talk about that. I mean, they're on the website, and they do. I'll let him respond to that more than me.
Sure. Yeah. So we list them between $8 and $20 per test. So a single test is going to be 20. But if you buy like 1,000 or more, it gets all the way down to $8 per test. Most people are buying the 10-pack for $14 a piece, or the 25-pack for 12. And then if you subscribe, we have a new subscription service, so we can send you tests like every 3 or 6 months. If you do that, it's another 10 or more % off. And then we have sales on 420 and Black Friday. So I know
the
a lot of
420
people,
sales are really good. The sales are really good
use
for
the
you guys.
420 sale and stock up for the whole year.
Yeah.
And that's when you can get them for about $10 a piece.
And yeah, Tim, that's actually somebody I know. We actually have him on the site and in stock right now too. So just saying, you might want to go to the site and grab them up, Tim.
Yeah.
My friend.
Yeah, it's been cool having them on the site. So like, just right there next to the regular seeds, you can just get it all in one go.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll talk to you. Yeah, I need to what I want to do is what you had said. So I'm in the process, and we'll get links on every listing, so you guys could just go to the listing when you buy something, just hit it right there, so you'll see it. So, and that's coming. That's just a matter of me just having to spend the time to get everything on there, which eventually, hopefully within the next week or two, we'll have all that set up. So, but I think we touched on this already as well, but I'm gonna let you, let him know again.
What do you need for research? So, generally for developing new tests, it's all about access to samples of these plants. Like, it's hard for us to develop and improve on the tobacco mosaic virus test when hardly any plant has ever had that detected in it. So if we were to, when we do detect these kind of rarer diseases, we always follow up. We're like, hey, do you have any more of that plant that you could send us? Because we want to know, like, what if we freeze the leaf? Like, what if we leave the leaf for like 3 years? Is it still detectable? We're always trying to like learn more about these things, and so access to samples, like reliable access, and generally speaking, just a lot of money and time too for research. And my company, we're lean, we're bootstrapped. Like, we've never taken investor money. Right now it's myself and a lab technician and a couple of contractors. And so, to have somebody spend time doing research, and when there's not an obvious, product that comes out of that,
Right.
so we leave that to like some of these larger companies that we work alongside. And so we see ourselves more of like, experts at providing this testing service, rather than, we're not a team of PhD scientists like coming up with this stuff. Yeah.
All right. All right, we got about 15 minutes left, guys. So again, for anybody that just came in here, now is your time to ask questions. And we are talking about the male-female test kits, viroid test kits, and this is open to you guys to ask any more questions you guys have. I think we have just about 15 more minutes, so feel free to ask away, guys. So you have any events coming up? Do you do events?
Yeah, so I love to go to like grow shops when they do like vendor days, or I mean, just even like, you know, fall harvest events, things like that. So I don't host events myself, but you know, if one of our retail partners is having an event, or if we are doing like sometimes, like we've been to MJ BizCon before, we'll do the occasional like big thing like that, like once a year. But usually we try to keep it like pretty local. So I was just up in New York and Connecticut about a month ago, meeting you know, new grow shops, and you know, I set up a little table there, and they call all their regular customers like, hey, come on over, and you know, and the goal there is to you know, show the shop that, hey, this stuff sells, and
Yeah,
you want this, like you have the, if you're selling regular seeds, like you're almost doing a disservice to your customers by not like mentioning, at least mentioning that sex testing is a thing.
100%. Yeah, I mean, because I do these lives a lot, and we do, you know, we also do Saturday nights, so I talk about the sex testing kits all the time, and just to let people know, man, these things will save you so much time and effort. And like I said in the beginning, it's really about home growers, right? We only have so much space. We always want more space. Well, a good thing to do is make sure you guys get these test kits, because that space, and like we talked about, instead of waiting into flower when you're naturally sexing it, when you just wasted weeks, you know, weeks of power, light, space, electricity, water, all those things, like, this is a no-brainer to me. So try to bring this up as much as, you know, as much as possible to let you guys know these tests are on the, you know, on the site. And in the long run, it's just going to save you guys so much, you know, time.
Yeah.
Money.
And I mean, if you like read our reviews, so many people reference that we're even saving them money. It's not just like a convenience thing. Like they've done the math. They know how much their nutrients, their lighting, you know, all that stuff costs, and they've realized like, okay, it doesn't make sense not to use this. It's not just like a quality of life type product. It's like critical.
Oh, 100%. It saves money. It just does, because, you know, there's no, when you don't have to take that time to wait to grow it out and find out, and you can find out that quickly. It's just a win. It's a win for the home grower. It really is.
Yeah, and then like for the corporate grows, they'll use our services too, and I think for them it's more about just like having that accountability of like, hey, these plants were tested. We don't have to rely on like a team of 7 different, you know, plant technicians to go and look at these, and like, wait, who checked that room today? You know, it's like
100%. I feel like that's a huge thing, because if you have a mound, you have a staff that didn't catch it. Now all of a sudden, especially in a commercial setting, that's a problem. So
yeah. So we definitely, you know, we like 9 out of 10, you know, orders are like for the home grower or craft grower size operation, but then like that 1 out of 10 is going to be a massive grow doing like, you know, 200 plant pheno hunt or something like that. Okay, Mark, you found 3 males each of your past 3 runs. Yeah. Just think about, you know, had you known that when they were just seedling stage, like this big, basically, how that would have changed, you know, that time for you.
absolutely.
Yeah, the research it's so we just actually, Crispy Thumbs, you might find this interesting. We just hired a outside contractor. He's like just like a fresh PhD grad, and he studied cannabis genetics. And so I didn't have any like cannabis related work for him, but he completely redesigned our fig DNA sex test. So for fig trees, and yeah, so there are some scrappy researchers out there. We were able to just get a contract with him, and he did it all remote, and we did like the in laboratory validation of his research. Rashby learned about us from Brandon Russ at Full Crop. Dude, Brandon
Yeah.
Russ, he's also just one of those guys who was like, he was probably my first like big order, you know, like 100.
Brandon was?
When I try to think of other names like that, yeah, I'd like.
Yeah,
Brandon,
so Brandon comes on with me like monthly. So Brandon's become really a really good friend of mine. And we carry, you know, he does breeding, so we do carry his gear as well. One of the most like intelligent people when it comes to a little bit knowing of everything. But yeah, I do, you know, like I said, I've been doing this a long time. So Brandon, if it's not every month, it's every 5 weeks he comes on. So yeah, good friend of mine, and that's very cool. And Brandon's a good human being. So
yeah, absolutely, yeah. So yeah, I've worked with him for close to a decade now, and then I finally met him in person when I was up in New York back in May.
Yeah.
So that was super cool. Yeah.
All right, so I probably end up spending 300 plus this year without the natural or forced flowering. I usually do, but definitely worth it for the home growers that aren't growing as much. Basically, spending about. And like he said, the more kits you buy, it does go down. So you know, it becomes worth it.
Yeah. So if you had like, if your budget was like 300 for the year, that would get you like 25, 30 tests, and yeah, you'd know at week 1 or 2 of growing. I know that like a lot of people will do like that forced flower where they might like take like a cut and put in a dish of water and run that under 12-12, but you know that's at least like 3 or 4 weeks slower than the mail-in test.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, Crispy. I just wanted to mention, like, you know, one of our hesitations with the at-home test is like mailing it in is just so easy, and I struggle to really understand people's hesitations with that. You know, it gets to us fast, and then we email you the result 1 to 2 days.
Yeah, it's a fast process. If you haven't done it yet, you should. Yeah, you should. I mean, before I started to carry these test kits, I ordered these test kits and used them, so I know how quick the turnaround time is. All right, so to save you 1 or 2, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Chad Westport, yeah, Chad's another homie there. So,
well, I know everyone wants to know what I had for dinner tonight.
I know. I didn't even put it up because, yeah.
So I have a 1-year-old who's learning to eat food. So we made boxed mac and cheese, and my wife and I had that, you know, with some like cherry tomatoes from the garden and stuff. But yeah, we're eating kid food right now. It's just it's yeah. I'm not trying to cook some elaborate dinners like on a weeknight. I'll save that for the weekend. But,
no doubt. What was this?
Yeah, Crispy. That's why we have the smash cards. We also like, we've never asked. You know, like you can just, we don't need your name. People mail us money orders. We take crypto if you want to pay with that. Like, we've been doing this, you know, pre-farm bill. We're happy to test those plants, and we don't, you know, that was one of the things that made us different from the other companies at the time, was like to even like see pricing, you had to like upload like your license number and stuff like that, or you had to like call them and like go through this whole process to order. Like we try to just make it as simple and low key as possible.
And it totally is. Like, I mean, he showed him, but it's you know.
Yeah, yeah, you can buy those at your local grow shop. You can go in and pay cash and get those, and then just mail them in. We'll text you or email you.
Yeah, they're great, man. They really are. It's so easy to do. If you haven't done it and you guys are on the fence, just trust me. You guys will be stoked. You'll be like, wow, that was so easy. I got it so fast. And, you know, once you do it, there's no looking back, really. So,
yeah, and if anyone has, questions they forgot to ask once this is over, like when you call the support line on our website or on our Instagram, like you're reaching me.
yeah.
So like we try to make like customer service like really like upfront and accessible. Happy to chat with you about anything concerning or questions you have. We really pride ourselves in taking care of people.
Yeah, same. If you call, I'm going to answer the phone. There you go. You can call him anytime. Well,
it's the small business life.
In reason. Yeah, small business. That's what it's all about, man. Customer service is important. So,
yeah, that strike in the middle of video. I was on a stream last week, and they were like, let's talk about your product, but don't mention the price. As soon as you say like the price of something, like we get flagged. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I have had issues with YouTube as well. I'm not going to say I haven't, but it just depends in the context. And this is something that's totally, where I don't have a problem with it. I just don't. When we're talking about other things with breeders and stuff, I will make it a point to not talk about those things. But this is not that. So, but yeah, YouTube has been a little bit more difficult. I'll just say that. We love YouTube because we have so many people that come through and watch these after the fact. And like I said, right now, I know you guys, again, only see the YouTubers 90. Altogether, there's almost 125 people in here right now. So, and I know these guys will go back and watch this, which is great. That's why I like YouTube. I love that it lives there. It's always there for you guys to go back and watch all the Meet the Breeders, all the breeder nights, all, everybody. They're all there for you guys to go watch back. So, but yeah, it is, it's a weird time with social media and what some people are okay with or can get away with compared to some others. And I'm not sure what that's about, but it is what it is. So.
Yeah. I'm just looking through my FAQs to see if there's anything.
Yeah, if you guys have any last minute questions, because
sometimes
we have 4 minutes.
Like their samples get delayed, or in rare cases, a package gets lost, and people like don't tell me that they mailed something in, and I'm like, guys, like we will replace your kits, no problem. As long as we haven't tested your samples, we're gonna replace those kits and make sure you get the results that you paid for. So I know, like, the reliability of mail is always on people's minds, and so we definitely will take care of you for that. They don't expire either. We tested some things that we sold in 2018 last week. So it's just a paper kit. It's not like a liquid
Right.
have to put in the fridge, and you don't have to worry about it like going bad. So as long as we're around, and we plan to be around for a long time, you can hold on to those kits and use them, treat them like cash.
Yeah, I thought that was the coolest thing about them in the beginning. I'm like, wow, this is cool, because I thought I bought however many I bought. I'm like, oh, okay, like I don't have to send them all in at the same time. You can, whatever's left over, send them in as you guys want to have them tested. It's cool. All right, Farmer Freeman, definitely going to have to chat it up on some things. Let's go, especially on the research and knowing if something has been. We'll hit him up, Dr. Crispy Thumb.
Yeah, Yeah, hit me up, man. Uh, Always happy to chat. Yeah, and if anyone's growing, like if you got exotic fruit trees in your garden, we do testing for fig, kiwi, and we're always taking inquiries for other plants, other diseases that are affecting your plants. And so, like as these inquiries add up, we create new tests and we let you know that they're ready. We're trying to not just be cannabis and hemp. We really want to expand and because no one's doing a fig tree sex test, and that can save you. I mean, saving a couple months for cannabis is cool, but saving like 3 years on your fig tree,
Right.
like that's huge.
That is huge.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of like exotic fruits like that that we're working on.
All right. Well, I'm going to say thank you for coming on. I appreciate the hour you spent with us tonight. And listen, you guys go to his website, go to mine. I know his phone number, like for Dr. Crispy Thumb. I know his phone number is there on his website. If you want to tell him the website, I'm sure.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's just farmerfreeman.com. On Instagram, we are Farmer Freeman EZXY. You can find links to that on my website. I'll just post it here in the chat real quick. And yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely.
Really cool. I hope people enjoyed it and maybe learned something, and it didn't just feel like a big 1 hour advertisement.
No, I don't think so at all. So I think that I think that was, the hour flies by. Quick hours, they always go by faster than I think they're going to. This one in particular. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed having the last hour to ask these questions. So, and I'm going to put that up there for you guys. So it's up there. And also the post that I put out on Instagram, just so you guys know, there is a link. So if you guys go to the post, I know most of you guys are on Instagram. That's where I posted it today. He's tagged on that post. So if you guys want to go to his Instagram page, go to the post that you guys probably found this live through on Instagram and give him a follow there.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks everyone. Great chat. Great meeting y'all. And
you as well, brother. I appreciate it.
Enjoy the next breeder up. Thanks again.
All right. I'll be in touch, man. We'll talk soon for sure. Thank you.
Later.
All right. Have a good night. All right. So we're waiting on 808 now. Is 808 in the house? Is 808 in the house? Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that, man. That was really cool. Like we have, we've carried the test kits for quite a while now. And that's really the first time that, not that we haven't spoken on the phone and had conversations, but a face-to-face. So it's really cool when I can bring these people in and, we're all sort of meeting each other in a weird way, at least seeing each other for the first time. So that was great. I really enjoyed that. And I see 808 just came in. I'm going to give him a minute. Here, I'm actually going to put that 2 minute, I'm going to put that 2 minute thing back up. We'll give him a second. We'll give me 1 second too. And we'll be back in a second with 808, guys. We'll be back in about a second with 808. right, we're back. We're back. We got 808 in the house. Let me get him up here. Let's go.
Yeah, so how's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Thanks
Oh,
for having
yeah. I
me.
didn't even, my bad for not even saying that to everybody when I started this, man. Shit. Right? Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Shit. I should have started the whole night out with that one.
Possibly. I'm live right now.
See the bright side for that, you know, little
Potentially.
jack.
Potentially, honey.
Let's
Not right
go.
now, though. So yeah, thanks for having us on, Dark. What just came in the mail too. We got the brand new Great Melon Burst box set just came in.
Let's go.
So I think we already dropped some of those with you, but
Let me put you up on the whole screen. I like that. Looks great. There you Oh, okay. Oh, I got the cool. Let's go. I like it.
and then of course we got the Canna Research logo on there.
Shout out to Canna Research. Trying to get him on forever now, but one of these weeks, guys.
Yeah, he actually just sent me
Here
a
one of these
phone
weeks.
number, so I guess he's got a new phone number.
Oh, okay.
And then he still got his old phone too, I think. And then this is the whipped cream one. I think Dark's gonna like when I open this one up.
Let's see. Let me give you the whole screen again on this. Oh yeah, let's go.
Cream of the crop, baby.
Dude, my brother was my brother is like a huge like he was fucking he was like that's badass.
Okay, cool. So I have Moana. Moana, did you print those papers for me? Nope. I need papers. What happened?
Yeah,
So we can go over the Great Melon Burst menu, what we have of it. We have it fully cleaned up now. And then 1 second here, the printer ran out of paper.
Let's go. Yeah, I had people in here like when the live started. I'm not sure if he's still in here or not, but there's like a couple people. They're like, "We're here for 808. We're here for." I'm like, "Yeah, he's gonna be here like 10." Let's go.
Yeah, it was cool. I tried to watch along with Uncle Doobie and Farmer Freeman and all that. That was cool.
Yeah, very cool, right? And yeah, I got to get you guys. I mean, we had spoke about this before, and I apologize. I will try to get on the phone with him tomorrow with Doobie. Maybe I get like you guys on a three-way phone call, and I want to get you guys hooked up because I feel like I'd love to see what comes from you guys. I mean, look what happened with Max. You know, this is shit. I see someone Canna Research just did the podcast, and he did mention the 808 collab. Let's go.
Sorry, guys.
All right,
printer jam.
we got how many packs come in the Great Melon Burst box?
So I'm trying to print the paper so I know.
Okay.
And babe, we only got an hour live with Dark. Just help me. Printed the Tangy thing again. So we're just gonna go over the Tangy menu right now. I'm sorry, and then we'll go over what's in the Great Melon box.
All right,
So-
which way? What menu?
Tangy.
That's what I thought you said. Okay, I thought
Dark's tripping. He's like, wait, 808 Tangy? What the fuck?
Hey man, it's so weird though. I've had all these people lately. Like, do you have like really? That's weird that you just said that because like you know what people are gonna want or some shit because this is like lately in particular. I've had people fully asking me about like Tangy crosses and Tangy, and so let's go. I mean, the timing is pretty wild.
Okay, so let me break it down to you guys on this Tangy menu real quick. So the reason we chose to do it is Crockett gave me these seeds on Kauai, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago whenever he originally dropped the Tangy. And so to me, I grew them out, not all of them obviously, grew out some of them, found Tangy of course, chose not to breed with it because everybody else was breeding with it. And then here we are 15 years roughly later and we're breeding with Tangy, but I gotta say this. What we have available today, right now, to breed with the Tangy is way better than what we could have done back then. And so I'm going to highlight some of them for you guys. We got the Sour Tangy, which is Tangy to Sour Diesel. to the Tangy. So that is essentially a Tangy back cross.
Look,
We got the Lemon Lulu, also known as the Lemon Lips, to the Tangy. All right, so we got that going down. We got the Lemonade Lemon Tree Tangy. We got the Runts Tangy. We got Sour Tangy to Animal Cookies VX4 to Tangy. We got Cherry Pie Tangy. We got Animal Cookies Tangy. Forum Girl Scout Tangy. Gorilla Glue Tangy. Cushman's Tangy. Crippy Tangy. SFV OG Tangy. Apple Fritter. Papaya. All of those to the Tangy, of course. We got the Straw Guava Melon. This is going to be my personal. If you guys want like one strain off this entire menu to look at, this Straw Guava Melon number 7, which is an 808 Genetics Canna Research collab. It's like a strawberry banana smoothie. And that with the Tangy, dude, it's going to blow doors. I guarantee it. We did the Fire Diesel Tangy, the Sugar Tits Tangy, the Sunset Sherbet Tangy. We did Max's Strawberry Souffle Tangy. We got a Watermelon Papaya Tangy, Sherbanger 22 Tangy. Octane, which is one of my favorite lemon lime gases, Tangy, Black Maple. This one, just hold the whole phone on this one. OG Ghost Train Haze Tangy. Just listen to me. You take that old school Neville's Haze, and you get it with the Tangy, and you get the right pheno. Guys are gonna baffle on that. And then I could go on. We got a Sugarloaf Pineapple Tangy. So let's just say we got about 30 plus. Coming with the Tangy here in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
So look for those. Look for those here soon. We could even potentially start some pre-orders on Dark Site if people are looking to do it on a couple of those. And then to answer that question, what's that?
I was gonna say, if you want to send over anything, send it over, and we could put, we can get whatever on the website. Even those box sets, I'm not sure I have too many box sets.
That's what I was gonna do is tell you is we could do a bundle on 2 box sets for a deal, like a 4th of July deal for the people in the live if they would like to do it. And some other cool things. Have you heard of Gooey Breeder Dark?
Gooey Breeder? I have not.
Okay, so he's an old Hawaii legend. He bred some old school stuff. You can look him up, but we're breeding with his strain. It's called, you guys should look it up, the Kona Sunset. And so if you look at those genetics, it's some of just the most old school Hawaii varieties. And I get why Calco gave me those beans once I really looked at the genetics. He wants me to put the Kauai Electric in there to kind of bridge the gap of every old school legendary Hawaii strain being in one.
There's a question that's, I put that question up like a minute ago, and this is exactly.
What do you have that is old school Hawaiian classic flavor? Kauai Electric's going to give you the most old school Hawaiian classic flavor. The Crippy will give you old school classic flavor, but I would say it's got like Hawaii, Florida. It's like it's been around, so it's like it's not going to be something you've never seen. The Kauai Electric, that'll be something you guys have never seen. What is it called? The Blue Hawaiian. That will be some crazy ass shit right there. You're talking Puna Butter, Kona Gold, Maui Wowie, Hawaiian Afghan, Hawaiian Sativa, all in one. So that's a really good one. But on the grape menu, we got, it looks like about 30 strains. So there'll be roughly 30 strains that come in the box set. And some of them being exclusive, such as like the Gary Payton Great Melon Burst, Blue Sapphire Great Melon Burst, the Tropicana Cookies Too Much Skittles Great Melon Burst. So like I said, there'll be at least 5 box set exclusives in any of the box sets.
Yeah, I want to get some of those box sets up, and I feel like I'll talk to you. Yeah, I was thinking about we should do some of the box sets on a Saturday night too, or I should grab some. Yeah,
we can figure it out, man. What's the difference between OMFG Burger and the 4x4? So OMFG Burger is the GMO Skunk Master Flex cut to the GMO BX4. So it's basically as pure of a GMO variety as you can see. The 4x4 is the same seed stock. We picked a male and a female and essentially crossed them together. And so the 4x4, in my opinion, I mean, I might have to say I like that GMO BX4 cut we picked more than the Skunk Master cut. And that's not an easy cut to beat. So it's like, you could really jump on the 4x4 pack or either one. You know, any the OMG burger, the OMFG burger, or the 4x4 are all crazy GMOs. So yeah, if you guys have any questions on the whipped cream menu too, we have that box set as well. A lot of those seeds are getting low in stock now too. How would I describe the Crippy taste? It's like a limey pine gas. So like lime kush would be my easiest description. So like a lime kush, but it'll have like sour to it. It'll have earthiness to it. It's got that old school feel to it. So, and the main thing about real Crippy is it's going to have that creeper high where you smoke it. You're like, I'm high as fuck. And you're like, okay, I'm settling in. We're good. We're good. And it's going to kick it up a notch a little bit later. Usually about 15 minutes. Yeah, it creeps on where you're like.
That's not even a thing anymore. So that's like, you know, that should be like, this is.
Well, like just like today, we were smoking all the stuff, the new stuff we, you know, like I'll break it down to you guys. We're smoking the latest and greatest from our stuff, the other breeder shit and all that. And how do I put it to you? Like I hear this toad venom hype, I hear it. But there's this thing that we call octane, which is basically like a lemon lime kush. And it just lingers on your palate. I'm gonna have to send Dark a little taster of this before she's gone, but it's like, and it's got that creeper high, man. I don't care what anyone says. So when you smoke and you feel like, oh wow, I'm blasted, this is great, I'm all happy, and this is the vibe, right? And then you start like, okay, I'm feeling all right, like we're leveling off, and then 15, 20 minutes in, it just like kicks it up a notch. That is the special shit. You don't see that in a lot of strains.
No, not anymore. That used to be like, you know.
That used to be the standard of high grades.
Yeah, the creeper. That was it. So
you're like, oh, this one's the creeper high. Like I thought I was high, and then I just even went higher. Gaseous orange. Let me look at that menu again. Sorry, I put the grape on there. Gaseous orange. I mean, the Crippy to the Tangy, the SFD to the Tangy, the Octane to the Tangy. Those would probably be my gaseous oranges in that lineup. The orange diesel will be real gassy too.
And how about with the skunk back end? That sounds like it would be some with the Kawhi Electric, maybe.
Oh, we do. So there is Kawhi Electric. Who we're gonna call it orange skunk most likely. There is Kawhi Electric. I somehow don't have it on this list, but there is Kawhi Electric to the Tangy. So we're doing it all, man. We're working hard. We appreciate everybody that supports what we do.
Oh yeah.
So the OG Ghost Train cut we have is a 9-weeker already. I mean, you could let it go 10, but it really is done in 9. So it's not like a true variety of navel haze. It's not pure. It's crops. So it still has the terpene profile, but it finishes in that 9-week period, 10-week period. But the high, and this is my opinion, because of the terpenes, has that super racy, hazy high.
All right, we have. Do you have any Skywalker crosses?
I believe we do, but I'm not sure what we currently still have available. I think like the Glue Walker we might still have. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. So that'd be the Skywalker to the GG4 backcross.
South Florida. I missed the Crippy high. There you go.
Yeah,
808.
the Crippler. They called it the Crippler for the first year, and it was just too offensive, so then it changed.
They did. I remember they called it here. There was like the Crippler, old school Crippy Creeper high. Let's go. All right, I have 3 packs of. I have 3 of your packs: Gorilla Chem, Rainbow Papaya, and Black Garlic. Out of the 3, what do you think I should run first?
I mean, it depends what you like. You got 2 gases, your Gorilla Chem and your Black Garlic, and then you got a super sweet, fruity Rainbow Papaya. The Rainbow Papaya is really primarily bred for washing, so you can find really nice flower varieties in there, but it was not made as a flower variety. The other 2 will do both. They'll be multi-versatile flower or washers, depending what you're looking for.
All right. Okay. Here we go. What about your most energetic sativa? High sativa. Tend to notice better effects from longer flowering varieties. For what?
So like
I'm looking
OG
for.
Ghost Train Haze to the Kanji would be super energizing. Blue Dream, somehow I don't think we put it out there to the Tangy. It would have been epic, but like Blue Dream, Lemon Lips, typically just citrus varieties in general make things like uplifting and brighter. And so when you cross those citrus terpenes with varieties that are already uplifting, it's just going to enhance that. So Electric as well, anything Electric Lemon, Electric Tangy, those will super uplifting. So Ghost Train and Tangy, or Ghost Train and Electric, I'd say are some of the most uplifting we breed with, along with the African Lime Haze. So those would be our sativa varieties. All of them do finish in 9, 10, depending on where you're at, but they go quick for sativas.
Dank gassy fuel and skunk citrus lemon and orange is dank. You can't contain the smell. Yeah, I totally fully agree with what he just said, especially on the like the citrusy. It's just
Yeah, I think the Electric, that orange skunk, I think is going to be very, very popular. Especially when you know that Tangy is Cali Orange skunk #1, and you're taking that and you're putting it to Electric, which is already a skunk variety, should be incredible.
Oh, they said, let's go Hawaii 420, put them up.
Yeah, I know. I want to rip a bowl real quick. I think I'm going to do that, actually. Yeah, give me just like 1 second, Dark. I just don't want to do it on the screen because I know you're not supposed to or whatever.
Yeah, I told you, Instagram's weird sometimes, so yeah.
Will you help me send Dark stuff?
Or YouTube, whatever we're on, YouTube. Yeah, ask away, man. Listen, I'm going to let you guys know while he walked away for a second. We got 40 minutes with Jake, so this is the person that you guys could ask, all kinds of questions, man. He's put out so much gear over the years, just quality. If you guys are looking for something specific and, flavor or effects or, flowering time, things like that, just ask away, really. And he's out in Hawaii, so even grow questions, man, like outdoor, indoor, this man does it all. So.
Thank you. Yeah, we do have some 32-day wonders. I'm kidding. We got some stuff that'll finish in 50 days.
Let's go.
So we got some 50, 55-day stuff. That'd be like your sherbet runs to your glue, or like sherbet runs to the cherry pie, stuff like that. If you guys are looking for yields, cherry pie, or I'm sorry, not cherry pie, fritter crosses, apple fritters, throw down heavy weight, sherb crosses, throw down heavy weight. Yeah, I mean, you guys let me know what you want to know. I can tell you where to go, what to do.
So here's a go. Okay. What do you have you would say produces small batch quality? I mean, shit, I just read the question sometimes. I feel like that's going to be a large
I know exactly what he's saying. So
yeah.
What small batch quality means typically, and I could be wrong, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, all good. You're looking for something super unique, that it's not about the yield, it's about just the wow on the nose, the taste, the look. It sells itself essentially, right? And some guys, they grow in there, they don't even ever want to, it's not about selling a single bud. It's like, think about the guy that's into ornamental plants, or well, just like not even ganja. Like you could compare it to guys that do bonsai plants, or you know what I mean? Like they want something that's super special, or they're not going to waste their time on it. And so something like that, for me, is what we try to honestly focus on. And that's what you're going to see in things like Guava Nectar, Sherbin Runts 33 to the Runts BX3. You're going to see something so exquisite, like you've never seen something like that. It's not even going to seem like it's a real plant. Same thing with that Octane I was talking about. That's one of those surreal plants where it's just so pretty, but like it smokes amazing and tastes amazing. And at the end of the day, that's what most people are looking for. Isn't how much they can get, it's how good of a smoke quality is it. And I'm right there with you guys. So Octane cross it, and this is not biased, but you're going to notice a trending thing here, and then I'm going to lead you into something that makes a lot of sense. Okay, Sherbin Runs 33 crosses, Sugar Tits crosses, Rainbow Ropes crosses, you're gonna find some of the most next level things where it's like, let's say a rainbow ropes to a lemon lips. Out of this world, like the terpenes that are in there, like I'm already getting feedback. You're not gonna just be able to win cups with it. You're gonna be able to set a whole trend of something people have never even seen, right? So, well, everybody, let's say, wants to chase the toad venom hype. Everybody's gonna grow toad venom, right? Cool.
Yeah.
That's great. But when you're actually a really heavily influenced, like you've been around a lot of strains in your lifetime, like I heard somebody just saying it's basically cinnamon, and I would have to tend to agree. I've done a lot of cinnamon crosses myself, and the toad is great. It's just reminding people though gas is been king and has always been king and will never go away. And candies, yes, they're popular today, but that's what I was gonna say. Like the sugar tits, the rainbow ropes, the guava strains, that's not for the guy that wants gas. That's for the guy who's looking for some gas, but a heavy candy forward profile. If you're looking for just straight up, just knock 'em, sock 'em gas, super glue, the death, glued, Beetlejuice, things of that nature. Like MD is special for a reason. Crippy is special. There's strains that have tested the test of time, and Gorilla Glue is a prime example of that. Where, let's say GG4 is a gatekeeper. How many strains have come out that wore gas after GG4? And we'll just go like this. I'll say this right now. I got a batch of GG4 I'll put against anybody's toad venom any day of the year, any day of the week, anytime. And I guarantee you that GG4 will smash on the toad venom. 100%. So it's like, how are you going to say toad venom's worthy of hype if it isn't even outdone the original gatekeeper?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So that's just where I'm at. Growing monster melons indoor 4x4. And shout out to the guys that did make toad venom. It's an awesome thing. Nothing against it. I'm just saying you can't really say it's better than GG4. In 15 years, if it's still around and outdoing it, then okay. But you can't go off a short window like that and say, like, put it like that. But
no, the
monster
GG4
melon
is classic, so it is at this point. But good, yeah.
Monster melon. Speaking of GG4, you got GG4 watermelon Rolex. I think it's going to be incredible. I think you're going to have some candies, some danky gases, a mixture of the two, depending on the pheno. So it should be very special, and yeah, you will enjoy it. Have I tried grape graffiti from Canada? No. He's been telling me he's been telling me about it though, so I know it's supposed to be good.
Or the peach
Not
spray
tried the
paint.
peach spray paint. No. Me and Max, I was supposed to hit him up today. I'm actually going to be sending him some of those grape beans and whatnot, and some boxes too. Just was waiting for the boxes to show up. Like a pink goo. I mean, if you're looking for pink buds, like internally, like all those ones I mentioned, the Sherbin Runts, the Rainbow Ropes, and the Sugar Tits crossed back to the Runts BX3, those will be pinky purples inside all day. The Great Melon Burst box. Great question. So we've got Great Moon Pop back to the Great Melon Burst, which would make the back cross. We got Great Melon Burst number 7 and number 5, which I actually got to get done. You didn't even try a jar of those yet.
No.
From the Pheno Hunt, which is, those things are crazy. So those are box set exclusives. We got GG4, Form Girl Scout. My personal, I think it's going to blow doors, Straw Guava. Straw Guava with the grape should be incredible. Like, it's like a strawberry bubblegum Pheno crossed to a banana OG, crossed to papaya, making Straw Guava, and then that's crossed to Great Melon Burst, which is Great Moon Pop Watermelon Rolex. Like, if you want fruit, I mean, look no further, my friend. And then Great Papaya, of course, the papaya with the grape. Sugarloaf Pineapple, which is something we bred, super special, went 3rd in the nation for hash rosin. So Sugarloaf Pineapple to the Great Melon Burst. My personal, I'm going to say that, and then the one coming up next, Strawberry Cherry Pie, Great Melon Burst. Those are going to be some of the most epic things on that Great Melon Burst menu. If you're just looking to have something nobody's got by any means. We got Max's Strawberry Souffle, Great Melon Burst. Me and him both super excited about that. Sugar Tips, of course, that's going to be epic. Like I said earlier, Tropicana Cookies, Too Much Skittles. Blue Dream. I mean, who doesn't want Blue Dream cross to the grape. Come on.
I
Unless you
think
don't
it's,
like
yeah,
blue, yeah, if you don't like, unless you don't like Blue Dream.
yeah, which is like I hear people talk about it. I'm like, okay, like I don't know, it's fucking good. It
Well, a
is
lot of
for-
people want to hate on Blue Dream, but I hate to always say this to them, but it's the truth. You probably got some inferior grown or fake
Right.
Blue Dream.
That's exactly right. That's like
Any
when
strain
people,
can be grown improperly or be given to somebody. It's not even the real thing.
like when people talk shit about the runts, like you know, back a little while ago, I'd be like, you
Well,
just
guys
never.
want to talk about runs like it ain't smacking, but it's like, dude, if you tried sugar
It
tits or
is.
runs like growing properly, it's terps.
Yeah, it's fucking good. So yeah.
And the Gary Payton to the grape, that'll be a box set exclusive. Blue Sapphire to the grape. One of my picks again, peanut butter jelly breath with the grape. And the point I didn't fully get to my point earlier, but we run all these hype cuts indoors from Sherbanger 22 to you name it, Gary Payton, all that. Our genetics that we bred and selected usually end up being the things we continue to run in there because they're better and there's more demand on it. And that's how you can gauge it. It's not your own personal opinion. It's what do people say?
Definitely,
You know what I
100%.
mean? That's it. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. You can toot your own horn as hard as you want. That's cool, right? But at the end of the day, if it moves, it moves, and then that means it's good.
Yeah, it's
You
amazing.
know what I
So
mean? That's literally it. Black maple to the grape melon burst. That'll be epic. The Tahoe grapes. What's so special about this to me is you got Tahoe OG to Fang and Mike guys. What is it? Their grape stomper.
okay,
The
nice.
Tahoe OG grape stomper, grape melon burst. So if you fucking
Yeah.
know, you fucking know, and you're already like, yeah, right now.
Yeah, but
So
yeah,
that's gonna be
Stomper,
crazy.
Yeah.
The Quiet Electric to the grape melon burst. I mean, we're calling that one the grape skunk. I mean, that say less basically if you're looking for that. Right there. Chem D grape melon burst. I mean, come on. You're a chem fan. Add a little
With the
grape in
grape?
there to make it. Come on,
Definitely.
it's gonna be epic. We got the GMO, of course, with the grapes. We got the Sunset Sherbet with the grapes. Cherry Pie with the grapes. Sherbet Run 7, Toxic Gas 11, African Lime Haze. Here's one that I really like, Cherry Cushman. Okay. Why is you got Cushmans, which everybody knows
Yeah.
what it is. The cherry is so influential on the Cushmans, you get 0 Cushmans out of it. It's just cherry Kush. There's no minty cherry Kush. And so you put the cherry Kush with the grape. I'm calling it cherry grape Kush. It's going to be epic. Master Kush grape. We got the sour tangy grape for you guys who want to get freaky with it. That's going to be crazy. Like for real. Like what you're going to get, I'm calling it sangria. I don't know what the fuck you're going to get. It's going to be citrus.
Angry, I like
Like,
it.
yeah. It'll be in that realm, but like what exactly it's going to be, that's going to be wild. The lemonade to the grape is going to be absolutely wicked. Skittles grape, Rainbow Ropes grape, Crippy grape. So that's pretty much the box set right there. There might be a couple I missed, but yeah, the grape melon burst box set. Shout out to Max again. That shit's going to be epic.
Nice. And when's that going to be ready? Is that ready now?
It's ready.
Or-
It's ready now. Yeah.
All right. You got,
So we
I'm
could
not
put
sure-
we could put it up on the site if you wanted to do it. But like
Yeah,
I
I
said,
think
we
we-
only did 10 of them, so I could
Okay.
basically give you like I got to check how many I pre-sold, but I think 2. I give you 2 of them to put up.
okay. Well, shoot it. Yeah. Send me over that.
Yeah, no, I'll
get
have
it
the
up to
wife-
these guys.
Dave, will you come help me, please? Yeah, I will. Just send it. Just get ready to send it. Okay, we'll
Yeah,
come back out in a
shoot
minute.
All right. We're moving. Okay. So what's the flowering time on the black garlic?
You're looking at about 10 weeks, so it's not going to finish in 8. No way. You could cut it at 9. Green number hat, possibly. I don't know yet.
All right, let's see. What else do we got? You hit it on the head. I like draft pussy better than toad. We're back a little bit.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you could argue Runts is better than Toad Venom, at least how it sells, like in the streets.
I'm gonna let you answer that. Is 808?
808 in box with nothing but S1s or F2s or back crosses. The box that we just had right there for the grape has F2s, back crosses, and a bunch of different polyhybrid F1s. but a lot of our genetics are what we call outlier phenotypes. So they dominate most things you put them in. The death is coming down this weekend. Let them know, Chiefs. That's some serious gas right there. Like, iconic kind of shit. Super glue, exactly. I'm just going to say this, and I've already said it. Super glue will go down as probably one of the dopest seed releases ever.
Yeah, there you go. He ain't capped. That super glue hit. I found 2 phenos, settled with 1, and got another 12-pack.
I'm just saying that super glue pack will be like how people talk about the Donnie Burger pack, or I don't know what other pack you want to compare it to of recent memory. People will talk about the super glue pack just like that. The thing is, like, Donnie Burger is a better fucking hash strain, and super glue is a better flower strain. And I bet you 90% of you guys don't wash. So there's relevant, like, you should be on that shit, like, white on rice, baby. Have I tried pink dirt? I've used pink sand before, but that shit's super slow release. Same with the green sand. So for my outdoor grows, pink and green sand, yes, but it's a very slow breakdown. Like, I think the green sand 6 months, and the pink sand might be like a year or 2. So, like, I'm not going to run that shit indoors, no. Runts and lemon cherry gelato are very, very similar. They're like twins. I don't know if they're exactly the same cut, but it's like form cookies and animal. Can't get rid of either, but can't tell if they're the same or not the same. You know what I mean? Like, each batch, you're like, are they the same? You're like, no, but almost, but they're not. Stunt doubles, we call them.
Great
Holding on to the last few nugs. Yep, Great Melon Burst was fire. And we could do it. We got buckets. I don't know if you guys know what buckets are, but we got buckets that give you a taste of what's in the Great Melon Burst box. So we could maybe do a deal where you get the box and the bucket. What you think, Dark?
I think it's a great idea. To be honest,
that was my plan. So
with bucket, that's all. If you know, you know. So you know. Yeah,
Blue
exactly.
Dream is fire. Like, I'm not gonna put it in my top 10, but like I can tell you like this: I've had many people tell me Blue Dream is their number 1 or number 2 or number 3 all-time strain, and yes, they are sativa haze enthusiasts. So I feel where they're coming from. Me being more of an indica guy, I'm gonna say it's like, for the sativa world, like, yeah, it's in the top 3. Like, if we're just sativas only, yes. I have a guava nectar cut I've been growing for like a year and a half, and it is fast flowering and purple. Yeah, exactly. That's my point, though, is like those things will give you next level kind of fire. Tell us about your peanut butter and or animal selection. So our peanut butter work was selected from our original Strawberry Runts F1 outcross. We went for peanut butter with thicker buds because peanut butter buds are notoriously a little bit skinnier. We did find strawberry and peanut butter jelly terps in the first F1. Once we worked the back cross, it was about a 50-50, with the odd phenos being more of like a fermented fruit peanut butter smell. And then by the BX2, we found a very distinctive, strong peanut butter dominant forward profile in the male we used. Yes, so that's a great question. So you guys can throw some ones up in the chat if you're hype right now. We have a very special thing to announce. 1998 White Widow 2 dog patch, unreleased, getting crossed to everything. So we made it. We didn't tell anybody, and then it's going down. So like they said, some of the old guys I look up to and respect, if you know, you know, gorillas in the mist, baby. We don't tell, we just do. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, Chem D to the Widow to the dog patch. Widow back cross off of that. GG4 to the Chem Dog Widow. Come on now. You feel what I'm saying? We're talking shit guys can't even make.
Sure.
Yeah, Turbid Run 33 is a secret weapon, and just we were trying to do a fem menu with it, and it was so stable, even though it reversed, it had sterile pollen. No pollen off of that bitch.
Yeah,
that's how you can tell something will never harm. You reverse it, and then if it's sterile pollen, guess what? You have a plant that literally can be ran commercially anywhere, and it'll never harm. It can't.
Bubblegum dog patch. Is that a
We do
thing?
have bubblegum dog patch. I think we called it bubblegum cam, I believe.
All right, so that's probably on the site. The dog patch stuff's on the site. I know that most of it. That
Yeah,
might.
and if it's not on the site, Dark, you can put it up for $20.
All right, well, let me know. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, let me know if that's up there. If you want to go look, Saginaw. Otherwise, we'll make sure it gets up there for you. Man, you guys got a lot of questions tonight. I appreciate that. So, what's the
Shout out to everybody tuning in.
We got, hey, so I know you guys, like I always tell you, you can't really see all the people. Then you guys can see 111 on YouTube. But we have, altogether, we have 140 people in here across X, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So shout out to 140 people watching right now. Appreciate you guys.
Shout out. Appreciate.
So, yeah, what's the cherry cross and the cherry Cushman cherry pie question?
It is Cushman's to Cherry Pie BX2, Cherry Pie BX2. I want to say it had cinnamon in there, but I could be wrong. So it was a Cherry Pie BX2 that went to the Cushman's, and then that went to yeah, that's what it is. Cushman's Cherry Pie BX2.
Hey, Paradise Rain. I'm not going to put your question up on the screen, but I do see your question. Look at the scroll on the bottom, and that's going to be the answer to your question.
Oh, and Moana wanted to edit your banner, Dark, where it says darkstargenetics.com. You're missing the N.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me fix that. I didn't even notice that. Thank you. Yeah. Here, I'll edit it right now.
Yeah, it might be missing an N and an E. I can't tell. It's missing something.
Okay.
So yeah, and then the Widow dog patches won't be available for a little bit. That's coming. That's like what we're working on essentially. Yeah, sorry about. She just told me to tell you, so I was like, okay.
No, thank you. That's been up there for weeks, and no one's ever pointed it out, and I didn't notice it either. So
we're all stoners, so.
Yeah.
It's how it be, man.
I think that's right. No.
Genetics, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
There you go. So that was the answer to your question anyway. Whoever I said. Paradise.
Cherry Pie BX2.
All right. Can we get a great well, I'm way behind. He already responded on that. Can we get a great melon burst hat? All right, GMO glue is gas. Let's go. We're still live.
Yep, GMO glue. Dude, I'm telling you, that glue menu is going to be insane. Do we have bubble gum for the GG4? Maybe. We always make stuff and just don't even release it sometimes.
Oh, wow, I'm way back. Oh, man. I'm way back. All right, hold on. I'm going to try to get caught up because, listen, guys, somehow we only have 20 minutes left this hour. It always flies by when I have Jake on. So that's why I asked the question, Farmer Freeman. What? Oh, I must be way back. Wait, oh, no. Do you have that dog patch Widow available? Queep to leave in a dark alley.
We already did GMO glue, and then the widow dog patch is unreleased. We're gonna breed with it, and we're gonna make a widow bat cross available to the community, along with a bunch of dope shit. We just try to do legendary shit, man. I don't want to follow no trends. I don't want to look what no one else is doing. I'm just gonna do what my heart wants to do.
I don't know who Queep Talib is. Why does it ring a bell? I'm not sure who that is. Anyway.
I think he might be trying to say Qualib Ali or something. And he's
I have no idea. I think I've heard that name, Queep Talib. I don't know why. I can't think of who it is, though.
Okay, I don't know.
I have no idea. Anyway.
Yeah, we do got Bubblegum GG4. Yep. I don't know how much, though. One, I can check though. Mo, will you check and we can do some Dark Star little exclusive?
Yeah.
Bubblegum GG4 they're asking for. And there might have been one more, but I'm not sure.
Are you going to do GMO cross in the glue pack?
We already got that. That's the lab monkey. Lab monkey, my guy. That's the one if you want it. And then if you want my hot take, and I'm not saying it's better, this is my hot take. We got a GMO BX4 to a GG4 back cross. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh,
That's the one in my book.
yeah, the football player. All right, that's what I thought he was talking about. Whatever, though. I don't know why he's saying that. Anyway,
He's probably like some big bad dude. You don't want to meet him in an alley or
he
something.
is. I think he played for Denver. That's why I'm like, wait, I know who that is. He doesn't play anymore. I'm like, that name's not super
So
familiar.
we have that.
So-
We'll do bubblegum dog patch and bubblegum glue as a bundle for dark.
All right, they want to know.
We might even have bubblegum GMO BX4. We might be able to do all three of those for you guys.
All right, well, I'll make sure this stuff gets onto the site as soon as they send over the lists.
Yeah, Mono will send it over.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. So just send them, do all three of them for a 4th of July bundle. And you can have them retail it at 50. Boom. Can't lose. Great question. What's in the whipped cream box?
Yeah, there you go.
And for people that are hyped on code, what is in this whipped cream cross is going to make you turn your head for a minute. You got wedding cake, the London pound cake, the Cushman's 11. So the wedding cake is Seed Junkies wedding cake cut, cross back on itself for a back cross. And then, of course, London pound cake 75. If you know what that is, it's a very special strain. And then you got Cushman's 11, which is essentially Sin Mints and the foundation of what code is. Right? And we got back cross too. Wedding cake, Triangle Could, Howley Girl, the OG and the back cross, cherry pie, lemonade, the Tahoe Cure, the one I told you that was the Tahoe OG grape stomper, MD, my hot take, Cushman's with the whipped cream is gonna just, dude, you're gonna go into
Cure? Is that what you said? Tahoe Cure? That's old.
Yeah.
Still, I like
that was the first. If you know, that was the first 30% strain in the game.
Yeah, I remember the
and I got it from. Yeah, and I got it from my homie. It's a sour grape stomper Fina, but it has OG to it. Runts, peanut butter breast, Sherbin Runt 7, grape high chew, one of my top picks, the GG4. GG4 to that whipped cream is going to be insane. We got the lemon lips, we got the key lime pie. If you're looking for what I would call an upgraded code venom, we got the Cobra Venom. Okay, animal cookies whipped cream. You heard? Limited box set exclusive on that one. We got Sugar Tits whipped cream. We got Sunset Sherbet whipped cream. We got Triangle Kush Donny Burger whipped cream. Black Maple whipped cream. GMO whipped cream. Strawberry Souffle. The Electric Blueberry. The Guava. The dude was saying earlier, the Sherbin Runs 33. The absolute, what I'm calling just game changer that I've seen for candy gas, dense, chunky yielder done quick all day on the 33 cut. Cherry berry pie, if you're looking for a strong blueberry profile, that'll be blueberry cream gas all day. We got Rabid Runts, which is the Cushman's to the Runts to the whipped cream. We got the Kwai Electric, we're calling that one the Vanilla Skunk. We got the Apple Fritter, the Octane to the whipped cream. I'm just going to say it, Octane. If I could go into my room and I got GG4, I got MD, I got elite shit in there, and hand to God, I would pick Octane to smoke in flower form over all of that. And it's not even a question. Sour Tangy to the whipped cream, if you're looking for like an orange creamsicle vibe. Blue Dream, to me, this is going to be a crazy one. Blue Dream with wedding cake. If you look up the top 3 strains of last year, it was dun dun dun, Blue Dream, wedding cake, and Runts. I didn't see fucking nothing else fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it was a trip. And that's like what was sold legally metric in Cali in one of the most competitive zones there is. What else we got? We got the Smack Me. If you're looking for a sour gas, that's a really good one. That's the Crippy Runts BX2. If you're looking for funk, we got the Blue Cheeseburger, which is our GMO BX4 cut whipped cream. And then I think I said it already, but we're calling it Surfer Weed, that Triangle Kush whipped cream. I believe we do got SFV whipped cream and we got Crippy whipped cream, but those are box set only. So it's like a 35 menu strain for that one. Yeah, if you want the high octane, you want an octane cross to anything. Octane burger, octane dog patch, octane glue. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that octane glue is going to blow doors. Octane peanut butter is going to blow doors. But at the end of the day, we make so many strains. It's like, how do you want to slice it? There's so many ways you can go about it to get the end result you want. It's just about using the proper building blocks.
All right, let's see.
No, I'm not saying that's what's winning in the streets. I'm saying those ones I just mentioned, Blue Dream, Cake, Runts, that's what was sold on the legal rec market as the top strains, right? And I'm not saying that the streets didn't have something better. That's not what I'm saying. But if you cross Blue Dream with Wedding Cake, and those are the top strains of in the rec, we have the beans of it right here crossed together, real deal. Yeah, black truffles is gas, man. We made that
Smells like
a long
new
time ago.
New shoes and gas. So
We try to focus on gas, right? Like that's our specialty. But I also like my candy profiles. But any candy profile I'm gonna go with, if it's not a pure papaya variety, I'm gonna try and put a signature touch of gas on there. I want people to know my fingerprints is on that shit by the smell.
man, we're all from the 1900s. Shit. I mean, we are pretty sure. So
Yeah. I'm 80. I'm an 84. I'm an 84 baby over here.
yeah, 1900s though. Yeah.
I know, 1984.
It sounds weird, but it's the truth, you know. 1984. So shit. All right,
Yeah, if you
guys.
guys have any questions, let me know. That was pretty dope. Though. Thank you again, Dark.
No problem, man. I mean, we got 10 minutes left, man. I'm fighting.
Let's send that right now, Mo.
All right, we're gonna get this stuff on the site for you guys. I'm not from the 18, man. Shit, 1800s. He says, youngsters.
Yeah,
I mean, if you say so, you know.
Fine, I know you know it.
Trying to find that earliest to mid 90s foulness. Been chasing it for 30 plus years. So, yeah, you're gonna, you know, I mean, go with some chem. You want some foulness? Go with some of the chem.
Chem is the foulest thing on the MD, man, all day.
So, okay, South Florida wants to
He hasn't
know,
eaten any candy stuff yet.
do you,
Or if you
are
do the
watermelon
candy stuff,
Rolex crosses better for washing? Is the question.
You can, they're for flour or for washing. It depends what you're trying to grow.
Are you looking on my site or Jake's Loud Life? And I don't think you're going to find the I mean, you'll find, I know that we have the Sherb and Runts,
Like the box.
like 3.0, I believe. So,
For heat.
but go to 808 site. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for. The
Or
Sherb 33. I'm not sure that's going to be something you're going to find by itself, right?
The Sherman Runs 33, you can't find it pure. The guava nectar would be if you're looking for the best example of the original, that would be the way you'd find it. So I would go with that pack if Dark has it.
Yeah,
and then the guava melons, I believe, won a competition on Oahu, so I think Dark has that too. That's the Sherman Run 33 watermelon Rolex. That one will be iconic as well.
Yeah, that'll all be on there. You can go to you can go to either site, obviously. You can go to my site and type that in the search bar, and it'll bring everything up that has it in there. So it'll let you search the site for that. Man, whatever, Papa Beans. I see you all night with your comments, bro. Shit.
How that one be. Someone has sent you over, I think, the box set menus. I was thinking do both the box sets retail for $800, and the grape one will come with the jar. So you'll get a jar of what you know what I mean, a bucket if you know, you know. So whipped cream and grape box, you get them both for $800. And then if you guys wanted other box sets, we still got, I think, Dog Patch, Gorilla Glue, and Peanut Butter box sets still available. So you could swap out one of those to do 2 for $8 for one of those. And if you want to do an individual box, it would be 600.
Got it. All right, and then there's a bubblegum bundle.
Yeah, did you
That'll-
send her the? Did you send the bubble gum? Okay, and then she's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
send
on
you a
That's on
Tangy. This first Tangy thing is a pre-order though.
Yeah. So I don't see
yeah.
the PR on the Tangy though.
There's no price on there.
I'm not on, well for for the box. Well, unless that's a box. Is that a box set?
Is that the whole Tangy box set? Menu you said? Okay. Okay. So she didn't put the prices there yet because we didn't know how we are gonna price it, but she's gonna send you the one you can put up right now. So I would do just do 2 right now to start. Do the Myers lemon, which is the lemon Lulu lemon lips to the Tangy, and then do the cherry pie Tangy, and then I would do the lemon one for 50
right.
retail.
Yeah, will you send that separate because
yeah, she's gonna send it right now.
Okay, there's no name. Yeah, there's no names for the Tangy menu on here yet.
Yeah, just send just those 2 Tangy crosses to start.
And I'll get the box sets up. So as soon as I'm done here, guys, I'm just gonna let you guys know. This stuff, you guys can go check this stuff out within the next half hour, or just look tomorrow. It'll definitely be up tomorrow for you guys because we only have about 5 minutes left.
Myers
And
here, it's right here. Look.
and yeah, I'm gonna make sure once I end this, I could probably get the box sets up right now, but I'll make sure these are up.
No, I don't think we crossed Great Melon Burst to the whipped cream.
Let me just do
We're saving it for the great menu. Yeah, if you guys want to do the box sets one more time. And we have other ones that I can show you guys. Right here is the grape and the whipped cream. Give me 1 sec, I'll show you guys what like the other ones I have look like.
And I'm gonna put, while he's talking, I can't see you guys, just know this. I'm gonna put up the bubblegum bundle right now. It's gonna be listed just like that, bubblegum bundle. So I'm gonna list it exactly as that. So if you guys were interested, for those asking about the bubblegum, before I end this live, the bubblegum bundle will be up. When I end the live, I'll get the box sets up as well.
And then so we got, if people are looking for lemon, we got the lemon box. We also got, this one came out later after the menu actually dropped. We got the dog patch box. Pretty stony. I think it's got the Grateful Dead head inside.
All right, so
And then we feel, like I said, we got the glue box, which in my mind is one of the most iconic boxes we've dropped if you like gas. This one I can't let go in a bundle. We do still have, I think, one of these left, the gas head, I believe, or green monster. Yeah, grape and whipped cream are the new news.
let me get this up here. And we'll do.
We still got a Runts box too. If guys are looking for the best candy box, you want to go with the Runts box.
All right, so just add. Are any of these names? And is bubblegum the male or?
No, the bubblegum
no.
is the female.
Okay, so is there
you give them
names on
names
it? It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So they're going to be listed as just the way they were sent. So 3 packs, bubblegum bundle, 3-pack.
Yeah, they'll be named when we ship them. I think the bubblegum grape or glue didn't get released. And there is a bubblegum grape that a lot of people have been asking for. I don't know if that one was included in the bundle. Did you give them the bubblegum grape? No. What was it?
No.
Bubblegum? No, but I'm saying which one? You did the bubblegum GMO. Okay.
Yeah, the GMO BX4, the GG4, and the ChemD Chem 91. So the
Yeah, Dark should have the GG4 bubblegum on his site.
yeah, it's on here now. Here, wait, hold on. It'll be on, and let me just put inventory. I'll just put 10 on here.
What other breeders do you grow and look forward to their releases? I used to follow super closely what everybody was doing. I would say it's been a good 3 to 5 years that I haven't really paid attention. So I don't know. I would say that I hear good things about Karma Genetics. I've seen personally really good stuff from what is his name? Skunk Master Flex's gear. I've had pretty good results with Seed Junkie. I've had great results with some of the stuff I did from Raw. But yeah, I don't know. It can be hit and miss with genetics. It depends. Sin City's got really quality gear. I'd say they probably got some. I haven't been watching, but they probably been having some dope releases still. But I still hear their name from Dark and other people. So I feel like if you hear somebody's name, they're doing relevant things.
Yeah. All right. The bubblegum bundle's up there. It's listed as 3-pack. Whatever. What did I list? I put it bubblegum bundle 3-pack. So you guys will see it there. It is live. I'll get the box sets up within the next like half hour because I was sort of late to get to here. I was in a hurry, so I haven't had too much time to eat dinner and stuff. It's about 11. So we're about to end it right now, guys. Hopefully you guys, enjoy tonight. I apologize for not being here the last couple of weeks, and I will not be here next week, but I will be back the following week after that. So it's 130, almost 150 people in here, through the night. We appreciate you guys more than you know. I obviously will have 808 come back. I'm sure with probably the next time we go live, I'll probably have him come back again. So we'll see you guys in about 2 weeks. Any questions you guys have, concerns, any of that, hit me up on the phone number on the website. Easy to reach me. And besides that,
again, Doug, I'll back out for you, man. Thanks for having me on. Much love, you guys. Blessings.
I will talk to you. Yeah, I'll talk to you like tomorrow, sometime very soon. So I appreciate you, brother. Have a good night.
Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you.
All right. All right, everybody else, y'all stay safe. Much love. And again, we appreciate you guys more than you know. So I will see you guys Saturday night for those that are on Instagram. We'll be back not next week, but the following Wednesday night. We're going to see Fish next Wednesday, so we'll be in Georgia. Anybody that's there, hit me up. Much love. Peace. Have a good night, guys.